The Bob and Tom Show.
Monday, Tuesday, hump day is halfway. Sticking in the pig, popping in the bank. Saturday's coming quicker than a thing. 48 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, and my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't come. I can't move on, attention is long gone. Suits are pressed, wallets in shape. The only thing left is a little manscape. 24 to rendezvous. I can't wait. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't love you. I can't wait. Gonna blow a wad on you. 24 to rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. Oh, I'm coming in my pants, my shirt is my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited now. Coming in my pants, my shirt is my best suit, baby. I'll pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come too
That was Tom there at the end, hitting that high note.
I wish.
Gorgeous. That was gorgeous.
Here come the Mummies. They're on tour. Details coming up. But first, what is this?
Hi, it's the Bob and Tom Show. How about you? It's a gift. I can't stop. Christy Lee on assignment. There's Jessica Osner.
Chick?
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold is here.
Josh Osmond?
Who's Josh? I almost said Josh Altman. I got Steve Altman on the brain. I don't know why. Somebody mentioned him the other day. Oh, it was Mark Summers talking about Steve Altman. There's Ace Cosby.
Jeff Altman.
And we can't mention the Raiders. We can't mention the Raiders.
I haven't watched it yet. So.
Yes, no mentioning that the Chiefs won 30-20.
I've heard two people say it was it featured the worst call in the history of the NFL.
I've been watching for 50-some years, and it was right up next to the famous New Orleans pass interference play when the guy decided just to tackle the guy before the ball got there.
Yeah, otherwise he would have caught it.
Which is Josh's reasoning.
We're going to play the game. Play the game.
Play the game, people. Hi, Willie.
Josh, and how do you feel about goaltending there in basketball? When the ball is clearly going into the net, someone swats it away. What's wrong with that?
It's not his fault. You have to prevent the guy from scoring.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Defense.
Just hire a tall guy, let him stand there the whole time, swatting the ball away.
Yes.
That's like saying if a guy hits in baseball, if he hits one towards the fence and a guy jumps up and catches it, you can't do that. It was going to be a home run. What? That's exactly right.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I see your logic.
How about this? What about allowing the defense on a field goal attempt to form a human pyramid?
You know,
I am for that.
they
used to kinda do that.
they finally outlawed that.
Yes, there used to be guys that wore little shelves, little shelf in the back of their pants,
And
so a guy
climb right
could
up
climb up and go. Those commies.
I would love it if you could bring in a consultant that has never seen football and been like, look, what weird stuff can we do here? Are there any weird little loopholes we can do? Can we drop kick it more often? What do you think, man?
That's such a great idea. I wonder if they brought in some kind of a physicist who just looks at dots on a screen and goes, wait a minute.
Well, that's where this analytics comes in. The Billy ball, what is that? Money ball? Whatever.
What's the cheerleader lift? Couldn't you grab a lineman and kind of shoot him up to block the ball too?
That's not legal.
Tried, yeah.
I think it's called assisting or something. But who knows what they're going to call next?
But the big problem was your Raiders went down in defeat last evening after what many called.
Why do you have to tell me that now?
Well, there were two calls. Devontae Adams did not get his both feet in. That was a problem. And then the roughing the passer, which the league is trying to overemphasize because Tua got hurt, and they're closing the door after the horse got out or whatever.
One of the analysts said, when are they going to stop allowing the quarterbacks to wear dresses? I believe.
Well, Troy Aikman, of course, All-Pro, Hall of Fame quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback, said this enforcement of this rule is getting ridiculous. And, he should obviously, he fills all your, checks all the boxes, Tom. He played the game. He can criticize. There you go.
But the play in question, do you want to describe what happened? It was a tackle.
Yeah, he tackled Chris Jones, sacked Derek Carr. And Chris Jones, actually, the problem I had was Chris Jones put his left arm down on the ground to brace himself so he wouldn't land on Derek Carr. And with the right arm, grabbed the football. Roughing the passer 15 yards. What you're
supposed to do is...
I don't know.
Let him throw the ball?
You know what you're supposed to do?
Touch him with two hands.
Tom, you know what you could do?
What?
You could levitate.
I'm levitating.
I'm levitating.
I'm levitating.
Tackles that can levitate.
I'm levitating.
How did Dua Lipa come into this?
Levitate.
Does football not want to be a contact sport anymore?
People are saying, let's just do 7-on-7.
I don't know if you saw that Tua injury from 3 weeks ago and from 2 weeks ago. They're both brutal.
It's frightening, sure.
It's Richard Sherman was doing the halftime announcements, and he is shook during it. No, I'm sorry, Ryan Fitzpatrick. He does not want to be there after watching him.
Fitzpatrick was crying at halftime.
Brutal.
He knows Tua. He played. That was his last really playing. So.
Well, on a different note, we opened up with some music recorded live right here. That's the great band Here Come the Mummies. They're on tour right now, getting ready for the big Halloween blast as the Halloween season arrives. They'll be in Durham coming up in a couple days. Then it's Black Mountain, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Jackson, Michigan, October 20th, Fort Wayne on October 22nd, Columbus, Ohio, October 23rd. So the Mummies are out there. They'll also be in Fayetteville, Arkansas on the 30th. Their Halloween shows in Nashville, Tennessee.
Love Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Their home ground. Other spots coming up include Destin, Florida, Urbana, Illinois, and Green Bay, Wisconsin in early November. To check out the great band Here Come the Mummies, tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Great shows.
I love
huge live horn section.
I love Urbana, Illinois. You know what they call that? That's where University of Illinois is. Shampoo Banana. Champaign Urbana. It's Shampoo Banana.
Of course. Now.
Okay, sorry to bother.
I spent 12 minutes in a McDonald's in Shampoo Banana.
Oh, no.
Just Sunday.
Was that where the incident was?
No, there was no incident. I was very polite the whole time. I didn't accost any employees for messing up my iced coffee this time. I was a good boy.
Get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
I was nice. I tipped $5 cash. I went inside. I saw other people who were very rude, and I yelled at them inside.
There you go.
Like a good American.
I think the point is you yelled at somebody, and I think that's what's important.
Now, in the news last night, I was kind of surprised to see this one show up in the national newscast last evening. A story we touched on.
No, it's a national newswire. Don't get off that.
This was a telecast, you see.
Oh,
where I'm sure they get some of their news from the national and international newswire.
Yeah, and it's not a wire anymore.
Yeah, there are many things that you don't really dial anymore, do you now?
No, you don't.
And yet we refer to dialing someone on the phone.
Why do you still do this for rolling your window down? Make the crank motion with your arm.
There you go.
What am I, George Carlin? What am I doing?
Because you walk up to someone in their car and you take your finger and go like this to put their window in there and go, what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
You do the rolling thing. Exactly. So what you're doing is you're agreeing with me.
I am agreeing with you.
Okay. The point is, I'll be brief. We had a really odd story about a statue dedicated to Cheetos in Canada. And it turns out this thing is going to go on this international tour.
Oh.
It's a 17-foot tall statue of an orange fingertip-stained hand emerging from the ground. And it's in Cheadle, Alberta, Canada. Because, Josh?
Cheeto dust is called Cheadle.
Mm-hmm. And Cheeto dust is officially called Cheadle, Cheetle.
Oh.
And even though this town is called Cheadle with a D...
As in Don?
They chose to honor it with this statue. A picture of it on the national news last night.
With Lester?
I forget which one it was.
No, he's too big for the Cheeto story.
I don't know. They do the kickers, if you will. But we have a tribute to this in a very short form, and here it is.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
There you go. Very quick. Thank you very much, Paul and Storm, in their tribute to Cheetos. And you look for this giant arm to be in a city near you if you want to go get your picture taken next to it. And now, were you saying that they were actually selling Cheadle, the Cheeto dust in a
we had some people right in there saying that for a while there was available in like a shaker form.
I think it's still, it still is. I think so. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Just like you get
be good on chips,
steak seasoning, or
you could do your own chips. You could do some kind of like panko chicken with that on there. I bet you that would taste really good.
What about on top of chili? Just because. A little flavor.
Oh, it does sound pretty good.
These are all great ideas. Coming up in the news, an interesting statistical survey going a deep dive on vegetarianism, and this is interesting. Vegetarians tend to be more depressed.
Sure.
We'll find out what that's all about coming up.
Why don't they stop trying to make a vegetarian meat? Because that's not their lane. Just make a delicious vegetarian meal.
Exactly. Do your own thing.
You know, do your own thing. Stay away from our meat. We'll stay away from your veggies. Absolutely.
There's the healthy attitude.
If I never eat a piece of broccoli again, it'll be too soon.
Yes.
I love broccoli, probably with some Cheadle sauce on it. It'd be delicious.
That wouldn't be bad.
Let's talk about.
Has Don Cheadle ever won an Academy Award? I'm sorry.
We have a limited time for your musings.
That's a good topic. The stupidest thing you've had your picture taken next to.
Oh my God! Boy, that is a great topic.
The Cheadle hand.
Thing or person?
Yeah. Well, either one.
Are you talking about dick pics? Is that what is happening over here?
No.
I see.
Oh, I thought you meant your thing.
No, person.
Yeah, the stupidest thing you've ever had your male member take.
I mean, trust me, it is stupid. It thinks my hand is
next to a golf pencil, hoping someone will.
I think it's an actual pencil.
Look at that. Yeah.
Look at the size of it.
Jesus.
How hard is it to glue an eraser to the end of a golf pencil to make it look real?
That's hilarious.
Wait a minute. You've kind of thought about it.
Oh, I've worked
Thought about it.
It's also not that hard.
Look at the social media platforms for the photographs. On a much happier note, just around the corner, it's the shopping season. I'll do this right now if Christy were here. I've already gotten 17 gifts. Thanks, Christy. We'd have
how nice
to do
for
in
you.
life. Steven Singer Jewelers goes, hey, wait a minute. What about now? Steven Singer doesn't mark his jewelry way up and then go, we have a huge sale. It's a great deal all the time. You go to IHateStevenSinger.com, getting engaged. You're like one click away from getting that done. Check it out by going to IHateStevenSinger.com. The man is in the love business. He's got unbeatable stuff like, for example, the 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee with the famous fast and free shipping. Shipping both ways if for some reason you've got to take it back. She's going to say yes. Check out the very beautiful engagement rings. IHateStevenSinger.com. Real diamonds from a real jeweler jeweler you can trust, Steven Singer Jewelers. He's got that great guarantee. We get love letters about Steven Singer, even though we send people to IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Do something nice for him or her or them, whatever, at Steven Singer Jewelers. IHateStevenSinger.com. Coming up in sports.
Well, we'll take a look back at last night's Monday Night Football.
And
the Chiefs winning 30-29. Sorry, Ace. And let's see. Shots fired. We had our first coach firing in the NFL. And the season can truly begin now.
Wow.
And also, there's a new radio station devoted exclusively to sports gambling.
Oh, yeah.
The first of many. And by
Yes,
the way,
yeah,
speaking
be
of
Wait, who advertises?
I am totally available for any gambling site. Chicks Picks, hey, that's for sale.
Okay.
Just, send me an offer.
Yeah, good. We'll do that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning, I'm Mark Allison. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Tuesday. It's October 11th. Christy Lee out on assignment this week. Jessica Alsman in on the news desk. Coming up later today, or I should say later this morning, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos with his all-pro lines from Facebook. He'll be talking about the National Football League. The Kansas City Chiefs hold on to beat the Las Vegas Raiders 30-29 in a very exciting game, I assume. I was sleeping. Comedian TJ Miller as well. He's getting ready to head out on a tour, and we'll be talking about the Philosophy Circus tour from comedian TJ Miller. By the way, if you'd like to know more about TJ Miller, here it is. TJ Miller does not have a website.com. TJ Miller does not have a website.com. See how comedians are funny, even in their promotions. And we'll find out more about TJ Miller and the NFL, and we'll be here all morning. Hope you can stay with us, get another cup of coffee, and let's do this. You're listening to the Bob and Tom Show on Bob and Tom 24/7. Here's a look at things you may have missed on a Tuesday morning. Eager to admire colorful foliage, eat sushi, and go shopping, droves of tourists from abroad started arriving in Japan. The government lifted border restrictions Tuesday, which had been in place for more than 2 years to curb the coronavirus pandemic. The daily cap of 50,000 arrivals now gone. Airlines have added flights, visa-free travel back for short-term business and tourism. Travelers expected to deliver a sorely needed $35 billion boost to the world's third-largest economy, and the flood of visitors is expected to keep growing. So if you've been waiting to go to Japan, now is your time. New Zealand's government, meanwhile, proposing to tax the greenhouse gases that farm animals make from burping and peeing. As part of a plan to tackle climate change, the government says the farm levy would be a world first, and farmers should be able to recoup the cost by charging more for climate-friendly products. Doesn't sound so great for consumers. Farmers quickly condemned the plan. The Liberal Labor government's proposal Tuesday harks back to similar but unsuccessful proposals made by a previous Labor government in 2003 when it proposed taxing farm animals for their methane emissions. New Zealand. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
this is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The game of football we are familiar with today has changed somewhat from the original version invented in the mid-19th century. With roots in rugby and soccer, the game used an odd egg-shaped ball made from a pig's bladder. Several Ivy League colleges had teams that competed, and eventually professional clubs were formed. In one of the most violent and famous games in history, the Redskins soundly defeated the Cowboys on the field at Little Bighorn Stadium in Montana. The quarterback, George Costa, was not available for comment after the game.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining.
Central Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chick dropped his golf pencil.
Oh my God, that was
you.
Chick dropped his sports picks pencil, the one with the eraser.
Help me. That was frightening. I could have been trapped under this chair all morning.
You okay?
Hi, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Yes, I think I'm okay. There's Jessica Alsman in for Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin. Man, I want to say Godwin so bad. And I won't. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, there's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone, proudly wearing the Las Vegas Raiders cap. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Yeah. You haven't even watched the play yet, Ace?
No.
Okay, well,
Probably 1:32 this afternoon.
You have a cold? You have a crazy cold, right?
No, just a little stuffy.
A little stuffy, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a cold.
There's no way it's not cold.
Okay. Well, thank you, Doctor. Now, a couple things have come up. I want to mention that this weekend, this is unbelievable, the Ho Chunk Casino, Wisconsin Dells, Josh, Willie, Pat Godwin got a letter already.
I believe they call it the Chunk up there.
The Chunk.
Hey, you going to the Chunk?
Hey,
Ho!
I can't go the whole week. I'm going Friday, breaking off a little piece of the chunk.
That's right.
They have a famous Christmas special there, the Ho 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 Chunk. If they don't, they're missing the boat on that. I'm sorry.
You're right.
It says, Dear Bob and Tom Show, I'm wondering if Willie, Pat, and Josh will be traveling to the show in the Wisconsin Dells at the Ho Chunk Casino in the same car. If so, this would be the real show. Please record it. And then it says, will you be bringing Willie to any fast food restaurants to yell at the workers? What happened with this? Why is this becoming a thing?
One time I got an iced coffee. I asked for a little milk at the McDonald's. They put in too much milk. And then I asked for it again. And then instead of asking a third time, I just threw it away. And I could have been a little more polite about it. That's all that I still tried to tip.
And I paid for that coffee.
You insisted on paying because the headliner always pays. And
I don't know that I said that.
I felt like a jerk. I apologized in the moment. I'm still apologizing for
The
it.
headliner always pays. No, who's headlining this week? Is that Pat going up last?
Oh, yeah,
The man, the guitar?
No way. No, none of us.
I rode to a comedy show back when I was hosting, back when the world was young. It was me, and I'm not going to say who it was, but the headliner was not driving. So there was the driver, me in the back seat,
right.
and the middle, tried to get in the passenger seat, and he sat down, and the headliner came up and tapped, "Hey, headliner." And we all thought he was joking. He was serious.
I have a guess, but it's because I saw this happen too, and I will happily say Tommy Johnigan's name.
Did he sound like this?
Was this Johnigan?
Yes, it was.
He had a real problem with that.
He didn't want to drive.
He insisted.
Yeah,
he said shotgun, and the problem was a lot of the middles are taller than him.
Yeah, he can't. He couldn't.
And it wasn't
see down the road.
uncomfortable.
Johnigan's like a dog in a car. He needs to see down the road. He'll stick his head out the window.
Well, he's a diva prick, is what he is.
Okay, well, we'll be hearing from him later.
My money was on Hastings. Usually he's
I thought it was true. Now, Pat, yesterday we had a great guest in the studio. And you got a hug.
I got a hug. I couldn't handle it. I was so excited.
When we're talking about
Mr. Mark Summers.
Mr. Mark Summers, the host of
Double Dare,
and then many other things, and a guy who was working the scene at the Comedy Store back in the day. It was him and Letterman
working the scene
in '75,
and Jeff Altman
when that all started.
Is there a taxi up my nose?
Yes.
That's a Jeff Altman joke.
In any event, it's really fun talking to him. He's got a famous incident that occurred with Burt Reynolds on The Tonight Show that we decided not to talk about, but many people have, I think, been Googling it ever since. He also has a great book out there, and it's about his severe OCD issues. And it's a really good story. And he's doing great now, and he's no longer taking any pharmaceuticals to help him with his problem. But, Pat, you had a nice song about, and do you want to explain what OCD is?
Maybe you could explain it better. It's just obsessive compulsive disorder. I have a touch of it.
Some people have it. Some people. He had it. In his book, he talks about he couldn't get on an airplane unless he went to a certain store window and read all the placards.
I have to touch the plane, like when I walk in, but I don't think it's something as unusual as that.
You know,
reading something in a store.
I have to touch the plane, and it's your fault.
Yeah, of course,
I do that too.
Everybody touches the plane.
You told me.
Last guy that didn't touch it, Buddy Holly. Look it up.
Oh no!
I do stuff reasonable.
How much do you weigh, Big Bopper?
What happened?
I'm 130.
How the plane crashed? Well,
Bopper's got hollow bone.
There's a scene in Mark Summers' book. I think it's called Everything in Its Place, something like that. Sorry, I should look it up. But there's a scene in which his wife wakes up in the middle of the night and he's in the living room with a brush combing the ends of the Oriental rugs.
Oh, wow.
He really had it bad.
Yeah.
But he's doing great now. And he's such an interesting guy. So many terrific stories. But you have a song about OCD?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel for those who have OCD, but I don't have OCD. I'm sorry for those with OCD, but I don't have OCD. 1 for the O, 2 for the C, 3 for the D, OCD. Won't you sing along with me in groups of 3? OCD. Form in a line behind me. Don't bend your knees. OCD. Every second verse, change the key. OCD. OCD. Wash your hands. Be germ free. Sing it twice. OCD. Did I lock that door? Go back and see. OCD. OCD. Is the oven on? It just might be. OCD. OCD. Song is over in the second D. OCD. OCD.
There we go. No OCD on that song. Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah, and I don't have it either. If I'm going to the 7th floor in an elevator, I push the button 7 times.
Nothing there.
That's all. Okay. Or the 11th floor 11 times.
Yeah,
that's totally reasonable.
Yeah, I had it so bad I insisted that I called it CDO, so that the letters were in alphabetical order.
Then everyone's going to eat fish all the time.
That is bad, yeah.
How many times do you have to turn back around after leaving the house to check the doors or check that the garage door closed? Because I do that about once a week.
I have an invention. Chick, maybe you want to try this. It's like a simply safe setting where you just have a camera that is at your stove to see if you left the stove on.
Oh, there you go.
I think for obsessive people, that'd be a great idea.
Great idea.
Some stoves have Wi-Fi now.
Right.
You can have an app. That's right.
It's going to tell you even what the temperature is in the stove.
My new refrigerator has a Wi-Fi. I can adjust the temperature from my easy chair.
Chick, do you have the one where you can open your app if you're at the grocery store?
I don't. That's the only thing it doesn't do. But
you'll have that next.
You can tell what's in your refrigerator, see if you need it or not.
Do they make a refrigerator that it locks itself and goes, enough beer there, Lloyd?
About 10 p.m.
I know they're coming out with a thing. I read that they're going to have cars that won't start if you're intoxicated.
Oh, sure.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not sure how they're going to get that
That's
to
called
work.
a breathalyzer.
Yeah, my brother drove one of those for about 12 months.
My dad back in the 60s.
There you go.
Yeah. And it comes with a free moped. I'm so naive. I couldn't figure. I was saying to Christy one morning on the air, I keep seeing this guy, and it would be freezing cold, ice and snow. There's some guy every morning. He's driving by in his moped at 4 in the morning when I'm coming into work. She goes, DUI. Oh, I see.
Someone called it a liquor sickle, and I thought that was so
that's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Actually, it was our boss. My boss.
The old liquor sickle.
49 cc's, one less than the state limit for needing a license.
Right.
Now, yesterday, we had a controversial news story about midges. And I emphasize no T at the end there, midges.
Oh, we didn't get to my update.
And midges are tiny little flies. And as it happened, I ran into a swarm of them yesterday with one of my little girls while riding bikes. We had to go inside. They got in my eyes and all over my arms. They're little teeny flies. They're called. There's different varieties of them. They're called no-see-ums.
Yeah, no-see-ums in the South. That's right.
Right.
You don't see them.
Yeah,
they're so tiny. It came up. Was it the Browns game? Right, on Sunday, and then it almost stopped a playoff game with the Yankees and the Indians many years ago. So it's a real thing.
Run into them while fishing all the time.
Yeah, I got a great letter here from Chandra in Klamath Falls, Oregon. She says we call them midgies here. You drive around the lake. This time of year, you've got to put a wet towel in front of your vehicle, or you get home to soak them off. They actually take off the paint. There are so many of them.
Oh, wow.
I can remember in Florida, you'd see these giant bras on cars.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because of the love bugs that they'd get all over the front of an automobile or
They
truck.
were automobile bras. They weren't like 68 double Ds.
No, they didn't look like brassieres.
But when you first see them, you go, what the hell? What is this?
That was just a fashionable thing for a while in St. Louis, at least. People just thought they were cool looking.
Really? Like those people that get those fake braces they don't need? The grill. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, they're not fake braces, though.
It's just
It's a grill.
Gold.
I hate to defend him, but I thought it was an affectation, a fashion statement, if you will, to wear.
It is, but they don't straighten your teeth.
And it's not like there's like the fake glasses that you wear that look just like glasses.
Sure.
But he's saying fake braces like someone's getting fake braces that just look like braces. It's a whole thing. It's a whole fake like gold tooth or whatever. It's not my thing, but if you want to do it, go for it, man.
Yeah, it demonstrates that getting a hard-working job really isn't for you.
There's Do you ever see a guy that kind of pulls it off? The rapper Zach Fox has one. He kind of pulls it off. It looks kind of cool. It's kind of
Lil
subtle.
John, right?
Lil John had one.
Post Malone has one.
From the window to the wall. Feel sweat run down my ball.
I don't know. To me, that says hard work really isn't for me.
I mean, even if I did work hard and got paid for it, I'm clearly just pissing it away.
That's what that says.
He wants to say.
Look at my mouth.
He wants to say probable cause so bad.
No. Just saying.
Round him up.
Where were we in sports?
We were at the fabulous Arrowhead Stadium, which is not shaped like an arrowhead.
No, disappointing, isn't it?
It's very disappointing. If you see it from the air, it's like, well, that's just a stadium.
No integrity, the Chiefs organization.
That's exactly right.
You would have thought they would have done that.
I know why they didn't do it. They still do the tomahawk thing, which makes all of us nervous. Patrick Mahomes,
my man,
threw 4 touchdown passes to Travis Kelce. He caught them all. And the Chiefs overcame an early 17-point deficit. Man, this is a Washington type of thing. This is kind of the... Ace has both hands over his headphones, so he can't hear me, he says. And Kansas City extended their win skein, beating the Raiders last night 30-29. Raiders had a chance to march for the winning field goal, but a pass to Davante Adams. His first name means the Vontae. It was ruled a catch, overturned by replay, showed him stepping out of bounds. That's cheating, and that brought up fourth down in the closing seconds. Derek Carr, of course, along with Tyrod Taylor, one of the two active players named after an automobile.
Auto parts?
That's right, Tyrod.
I thought we determined that wasn't there a Lincoln somewhere?
Cadillac Williams.
Okay.
I don't think he plays anymore. The final pass fell incomplete. Kansas City holds on. And, oh, by the way, as he was leaving the field, Davante Adams was very frustrated. And he shoved a cameraman and knocked him down pretty much. So he had to apologize for that. But he said in his apology, hey, this guy jumped out in front of me. I'm sorry. Now, here's the problem. When you lie about a guy with a camera, the camera is on and shows your lie.
And if that had been a defender, he could have juked one way or the other and missed him.
Yeah. So he didn't.
While at full speed.
My point is he didn't jump in his way. He was just standing there, and Davante.
I hope he apologized with $25,000.
Well, I don't know about that. Oh, he tweeted at the guy and said, I hope you see this, man. That ain't me. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I hope you see it.
I'd be like, you say it to my face. Don't put it just so everyone else can see it.
Josh
and give me some money.
He apologized, though. And also, these guys are gladiators. When they walk out, give them a clear path, right?
But the only reason anyone knows who these gladiators are is because the press is there. Find him $100,000 right now.
You know how we all are after the show. That's why they've decided to hold a meeting once a week right after the show. And some of us are conscientious objectors because knowing that I go to that meeting, I'm going to cause a lot more harm than good. I can tell you that. You want to know? When do you ask you about anything, Tom, if you want no to be the answer?
Ask me any day or right after the show.
That's exactly right. And last night, a controversial roughing the passer penalty just before halftime. The Vegas Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs last night. Let's see, Pro Bowl defensive tackle Chris Jones stripped Derek Carr from behind. But he braced himself with his left arm as he fell on top
so he wouldn't hurt him.
And scooped the ball up with his right.
When you make an attempt like that, there shouldn't be a call.
The referee, now all the broadcasts have them, the referee on staff with ESPN, he was explaining what he looked for roughing the passer, either one way or the other. And he says when you see the defensive player bracing his body to not cause further injury to the quarterback, that's a positive. And 9 times out of 10, he would not call the penalty because the guy's making an effort not to, because he could have his full weight on Derek Carr.
Yeah.
But his job is to tackle the quarterback.
Right,
exactly.
right.
So I don't understand.
I know you wouldn't understand.
No, didn't you call it? Didn't you say when you walked in here this morning it was the worst call you'd ever seen in the history of the NFL?
You know what? And there'll be another one this weekend. So it's the way the game. That's why they play the game.
Maybe they can't do two-hand touch for the quarterback. Like, gotcha. You're tackled right here.
They may eventually change. Who knows?
Put flags on him?
Just touching him would be enough.
Be like, I could have got you. You know it.
Right.
Although you kind of lose the opportunity for a fumble and all that jazz. But
well, of course, it would be ridiculous. But it's,
well, we'll see. People are upset.
We had a coach fired. See if you can guess who. I'll tell you when we come back.
All righty.
In the NFL, coach fired.
Okay. We have the season of great food is here. Maybe you're doing some cool stuff in the realm of tailgating. Well, HelloFresh hasn't forgotten about you. From pumpkin spice to apple cider. We call it the tastiest time of year. HelloFresh makes it easy for you to savor all those things that the season has to offer. And everyone wants to save money these days, and HelloFresh can help you do just that. They do the grocery shopping, so that's pretty cool. They do the measuring. That's even cooler. And then you put it together, sharpen up your cooking skills, and make great, beautiful restaurant-quality food. Might be fun for a little Oktoberfest gathering with you and your friends. Josh, great for date night. You and your sweetie whip up some great stuff from HelloFresh. HelloFresh. Get the details at HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. I'll tell you why in a second, but first, Willie.
One of my favorites, the Italian chicken and pepper sandos with potato wedges and garlic sauce. HelloFresh is going to send you 11 delicious ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps, and in just over a half hour, you have this delicious sandwich and potatoes that you made at home from our friends at HelloFresh.
Oh, and your house smells great from all that great cooking. HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Now, why is the code BTShow65? Because it's 65% off. Oh, and they're going to throw in free shipping right now. That's BTShow65. HelloFresh, 65% off free shipping. HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Coming up, we have an interesting controversy in the world of hot sauce. That somehow involves hot sauce and geography. Also, have you heard about that new iPhone thing where if you're in a serious car crash, it calls 911? It does work, but it's working a little too well, especially at amusement parks. That's coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This NFL season, every Westwood One NFL broadcast streams live for free. Listen in the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. This is the Bob and Tom Show. All night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Week 5 wrapping up last night with Monday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs hold on in a home victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. Sorry, Ace Cosby. Another win for Patrick Mahomes, despite a horrific roughing the passer penalty charge on Chris Jones. The NFL Competition Committee will have to sit down and take a look at exactly what's going on. But if you can't touch the quarterback, perhaps we should just put them in dresses and have flags on them. How about that? Or a red jersey. You can't touch the guy. Can't breathe on him. Don't hurt that guy. Anyway, the NFL, Kostaki Economopoulos will be here to cover all of that this morning. It's what he does, and he'll be funny talking about it. That's comedian Kostaki Economopoulos coming up this morning. Kostaki.com for more, or All Pro Lines on Facebook. He sometimes has premises for jokes. You put your joke in there about the NFL, and if he uses your joke on the air, he'll give you credit. All Pro Lines on Facebook. Check it out. That's Kostaki Economopoulos this morning in the 8 o'clock hour, and then in the 9 o'clock hour, comedian TJ Miller Miller getting ready to head out on tour. We'll be talking about the Philosophy Circus tour. He also has a new special, Dear Jonah, available on YouTube. That's comedian TJ Miller and Kostaki Economopoulos coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Here's a look at your news headlines. South Korea's military says it's capable of detecting and intercepting the variety of missiles that North Korea has launched in a barrage of recent simulated attacks on its rivals. North Korea said Monday that its 2 weeks of firing drills involved nuclear-capable ballistic missiles, warplanes, and other assets to practice possible attacks on South Korean and U.S. targets. South Korean's defense ministry said Tuesday its missile defense system is capable of detecting and intercepting those weapon systems that Pyongyang says it mobilized in the drills. Some observers have said a portion of the North's newly developed weapons may overcome South Korea and U.S. missile defenses. Well, the country of Japan has...
Hey, it's Josh, and of course...
Hi, Chick McGee, everybody. Your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg for Bob and Tom at Big Green Egg. Each week, someone will win a Mini Max Big Green Egg.
It's the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em, powered by the Big Green Egg.
Go to bobandtom.com/contest on the computer. And
is that where you go? Are we eligible?
Could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show. Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Introducing Evasive, the cologne.
Is it a cologne for men?
Oh, yes, but not ordinary men.
Evasive.
Evasive. It's the cologne for congressmen.
What's it smell like?
It's a tantalizing aroma that tickles the senses.
Evasive.
Okay, but what's it smell like?
It's a blend of scents that brings out the man.
What's it smell like?
Evasive.
Evasive. It's a delicate taste of odors derived from the delicious mixture of fine fragrances.
All right, come on. What's it smell like? Is it a musk? Is it an aftershave?
Evasive.
Let me answer your question with another question, and that is, what's best for the American people?
What does that have to do with how it smells?
What is the definition of the word smell, anyway?
So you're not going to tell me what it smells like?
You keep asking me what it smells like. Well, I'm trying to answer you, but you won't let me.
My God, you still...
.com. We've also got some this morning.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation somewhere in a mountainous region of the continental United States. Here's Jessica Alston.
She's got all her family
Good morning.
with her.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend, who last I heard was smothering himself with honey and walking around calling, "Here, bear, here, bear."
You think that works with all animals? The whistle,
I bet it gets most animals' attention at least.
I thought you were doing a sex talk like that, and Christy'd go do like she was going to go pounce on him.
Hey, watch this. Watch this. Hey, Tom, why don't you whistle for us?
What kind of whistle? Wait a minute.
You know how to whistle, right?
He can't whistle.
No, I can whistle.
You just push your lips and...
That was...
Oh, you do that manly, that dad whistle where you put two fingers in your mouth.
People can do that.
Well, you have to use your hands?
Well, that's a different kind of whistle. That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I can't.
That's all I got to go, guys.
No, girls, lay back down. It's fine.
Okay.
Oh.
Dad's not in the house. It's all right.
I got dog news for you.
Hit me.
Okay, ready? Have you introduced everybody? We got
Josh
your Willie.
Arnold.
Josh.
Pat Godwin.
Hello.
Ace Cosby.
Hey. And we were talking about midges and I emphasize the no T at the end there, midges.
Oh, you're emphasizing.
Yeah, you sure are emphasizing.
Midges.
I don't want to get some letter from, I know everyone.
You don't have to mention the T at all.
Everyone's always mad about everything.
Well, it'd be a short letter.
Midges are those tiny little flies.
Probably a little nose.
There are quite a few varieties of them, and they were in the news, in sporting news yesterday, because they disrupted the Browns game. There were swarms of them. Funny enough, there were more of them on the opposing team's side because of the shade. In any event, and then I ran into some yesterday on my bike with one of my girls, having fun. Dear Bob and Tom Show, this is from Timothy.
Just a menace.
He writes, where I grew up, we call those little bugs dog pecker gnats.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Because that's where they always show up.
Oh, yeah.
20-year veteran.
Just another reason not to have a boy dog. Ugh. You don't want to see
really
that.
not where he was going with this. But, thank you, Timothy.
Call them Go Nats
at TriStar Metals this morning.
Okay,
thank you very much. Once again, they have a variety of names. No-see-ums, they're sometimes called. But there we go. So, what else is happening in the world of sports?
Carolina Panthers have fired coach Matt Rule, ending the former Baylor coach's tenure 5 games into his 3rd losing season. Rule is the first NFL coach to be fired this season. He went 11-27 with Carolina and leaves with roughly $40 million left on the 7-year guaranteed $62 million contract he signed in 2020.
Nicely done.
Yeah, very nicely done. And defensive pass game coordinator and former head coach Steve Wilkes will serve as interim coach for the rest of the season.
So you still have to pay him?
Wilkes, yeah. It's guaranteed, brother. That's what guaranteed
$22 million
means.
more bucks for
That's
losing.
what guaranteed means. Rule's longtime assistant, defensive coordinator Phil Snow, whose brother Jon Snow was on Game of Thrones, and assistant special teams coach Ed Foley. Dear Chick, I listen to your show every morning. Love it. Makes my morning go by a lot faster. A lot is spelled A-L-O-T-E. So stand by. I'm a landscaper in Ontario. Oh, maybe that's the way they spell a lot in Canada.
It is. It's a lot, eh?
I was listening last Friday when you were doing your NFL picks, and I played and won. I don't even watch football, just excited and love the show conversation. So I wrote them down and got a ticket check this morning, won $200. And thanks a lot for making my mornings fun. This is from Henri.
Did Henri only do half the picks?
What does that mean?
You lost last week.
He must have evidently during the translation.
This is false advertising.
I'm just saying.
Henri would like to enjoy. I used Chick McGee and I won big money.
I will use Tom Griswold reasoning. Did he win money listening to my picks? Yes or no?
He couldn't have picked all of them.
Did he win money? Yes or no?
Well, he must have been throwing darts at Poussey. What's that stuff called? Poutine. Sorry.
Yeah.
Poussey.
Well, some also eat
Poussey.
Oh, yeah.
But
you don't throw darts.
Only some of them.
They eat Poussey.
Don't put that in a hot tub. That's good eating.
Have you ever had Poussey that's better than poutine?
Different type of gravy, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I've had it that it smelled like it had those pecker gnats on it, whatever they were called.
Chick, Cheryl says seeing
Go.
Chick levitate this morning is one of the best things I've ever witnessed.
Levitate.
I'm levitating.
I'm levitating.
My birthday twin, she also was born on November 26th.
Oh, no kidding.
Met you at the Greg Warren show in Lexington. Chick was great. And your $18 for a picture is in the mail.
Oh, thank you very much.
Chick charges $18 per.
That's my standard. I have 2 standard responses to questions. People say, can I have a picture with you? And I say, yes. Of course, that's $18. And then...
Now, that's the clothed picture. No, the nude ones are $27.
I'm sort of getting to that.
Okay.
And then they say, are you Chick McGee? And I always fire back. If I'm not, I'm wearing his underwear. So,
and the people.
Oh, they get a kick. He's just like he is on the air. Look at him.
Good time Chick over there.
Son of a bitch.
You know, should we tell people about the third response they might be?
I saw one of those one time.
What are you talking about?
Down in Nashville, the lady stood up in front of you at the Blues Club.
She deserved the C word. She totally deserved it.
That's a true story.
She was head to toe all that.
I think there's a boat SEA C word.
There was in the show Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Oh,
there was
really?
a boat called the C Word, and Jason Bateman is talking to his brother, and their mom is in the room, and he goes, "Hey, I just need you to get rid of the C word." And the mom goes, "I'll leave when I'm good and ready."
And didn't Job do magic tricks on the boat and it blew up or something?
Yeah, I forget exactly what happened.
Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk with our NFL correspondent, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos, and comedian and actor T.J. Miller.
Kostaki's probably got a lot to say about the roughing the passer penalty. It was his Atlanta Falcons who suffered when Tom Brady got the call on Sunday.
We'll find out. And a very controversial roughing the passer call last night.
Yeah.
And when does the Rules Committee meet during the season?
Yeah, they just, what did they do? They updated the concussion rules not like 2 or 3 days ago. The NFL and the NFLPA, they all have to get together.
And agree on what's...
But the concussion thing was put on the fast track.
And what's coming up in sports?
Well, what's coming up in sports is we got a world record. You like your chin? Well, I got something you can balance with it. And who doesn't like... Who doesn't like a Rubik's Cube?
Oh, so fun.
My God.
My God, the hours I've spent.
Okay. Also, interesting iPhone news and this new feature that an iPhone will call 911 in the event of a severe car crash. Really cool. But something is... there's a little additional thing that's happening right now, especially at amusement parks. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that masturbation?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Hey, Week 5 just wrapped up in the NFL, and we should have a winner soon for our Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em contest, probably on Wednesday. We'll let you know who won. And not only will they have won a big green egg mini-max like Carl Thompson did last week from East Peoria, Illinois, but he also got to pick against Chick McGee in the Shoein' of the Week. And Week 5's winner will be able to do so as well later this week. And you could be the big winner in Week 6. Just go to bobandtom.com/contest. Pick each week of the pro football regular season. All you have to do is pick the winners, no point spread, who's going to win, and then you win a big green egg mini-max and get all of the adulation from your neighbors, your family, your friends, and all of us here at the Bob and Tom Show. And you get to cook with that big green egg mini-max. How sweet is that? Go to bobandtom.com/contest, and good luck from all of us at the Bob and Tom Show. Of course, this contest sponsored by Big Green Egg.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes to Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs overcome an early 17-point deficit, along with a dubious roughing the passer penalty, and Kansas City extends the winning streak over the Raiders, a 30-29 win last night for the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And the Carolina Panthers have fired Coach Matt Rule, ending the former Baylor coach's tenure 5 games into his 3rd losing season. Rule is the first NFL coach to be fired this season. He went 11-27 with Carolina and leaves with roughly $40 million left on the 7-year, $62 million guaranteed contract he signed in 2020. Defensive pass game coordinator and secondary coach Steve Wilks will serve as interim coach for the rest of the season. And Major League Baseball playoffs continue today. Atlanta hosts Philadelphia at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then Seattle visits Houston at 3:30 this afternoon Eastern time. The Yankees host Cleveland, that one at 7:30 tonight. And then out on the West Coast, the Dodgers host the Padres at 9:30 Eastern. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, and for me, it's
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
It's time now for the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Baby, let's make love. You know, we haven't been together since the start of the new millennium.
Well, technically, the new millennium doesn't start until January 1st, 2001. Yeah, obviously, there was no year 0, so
Okay, whatever, but come on, baby. I want to try this kinky thing I read about using warm vegetables. I've got carrots, potatoes, and your favorite, tomatoes.
You know, that's kind of a common mistake. The tomato actually is a fruit, not a vegetable. Interestingly enough, the tomato is in the same family as the poisonous nightshade plant. And
Listen, don't talk. Just come to bed. I'll tell you what, I'll give you.
you know, it's odd that people call it that. There's actually no blowing involved. You know, the term probably originated.
Oh, forget it. I'm out of here. You can go yourself.
You know, technically, that's not possible.
This has been the guy who would rather nitpick than have sex.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
Mona, and she was. You
didn't call
worse.
her Grandma. You called her Mona.
We just backed out of the room. But she was worse than my mother. When she came over here from England off the boat or the broomstick or however she got she hit me in the head with a thimble. Now, has anybody ever gotten the thimble? She'd put a thimble on her finger and literally just, you ninny, and smack you on the head.
Sat around in the room trying to create ways to pop you, huh?
Yeah, just like that. And that hurts. I'm telling you, you get hit with a thimble sometime.
All right.
Get one out of your sewing kit or whatever.
I have one of those lying around.
Or you don't sew it. Get one out of the Monopoly game. Just one of the Monopoly game. I'll assume it's the last time you saw an iron, too.
You're right. That's what dry cleaners are for, babe.
See, you've learned something today. It's a show where we teach you things.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom.
Lenses and Ace got him, too.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Howdy.
Christy Lee on vacay. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
By the way, Howdy coming up in the news.
He's the performance room. Howdy.
Yeah, we have Howdy news.
Howdy Doody?
No, I do love Howdy Doody. I was going to compare to that one song. This is Howdy Doody.
Sorry.
Don't laugh at that.
I can't help it.
You know that song? This is how we do it.
I know what it's
It'd be a great video, then Howdy Doody.
You thought you had to explain it earnestly.
You know that song?
I know how he does it.
Hi, Josh Arnold. How are you?
I'm well, Chick. How are you?
I'm holding up.
Yeah, man. I'm here for you.
There's Ace Cosby manning that track phone hotline, hot phone, and he is a Las Vegas Raiders fan. Our thoughts are with him.
Robbed last evening.
Can't wait to watch the game.
This terrible time.
They were robbed. You may not want to watch.
Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have a number of interesting things to get to today, including the new iPhone has a feature on it
that will dial 911 in the event of a severe automobile collision if you're a passenger. But it's in the news today because it's almost too good. We'll find out what that's all about. But right now, we return to the sports desk with Chick McGee.
Major League Baseball starts their playoffs. These are the best of 5. That's where we are in these rounds. Atlanta hosting Philadelphia. Boy, is there anything better than daytime playoff baseball? It's
great.
I don't think so. 1 o'clock this afternoon Eastern. Atlanta hosts the Phillies. These are all, of course, game ones. Houston and Jose Altuve hosting the Seattle Mariners, and Justin Verlander on the bump for the Astros.
Where's that game being played?
Houston.
Hey, it's been a while.
I know.
Hello there.
I missed you.
Hello there.
Old friends.
Yeah, the New York Yankees hosting the Cleveland Guardians.
The Guardians.
At Yankee Stadium.
Oh.
Garrett Cole towing the slab for the Yanks.
That's a great name, isn't it?
And
doesn't that sound like a private detective?
Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, private eye.
And the Dodgers hosting the Pods. If I had a favorite Major League Baseball team, I guess it would be the Padres.
Why?
That's tonight. I used to live there. Lived there for many, many months. And Jose Urias on the hill for the Dodgers. Yes, sir. And now it's time for the one and only World Record.
How are they today, man?
How did this become a feature?
It's my favorite feature.
A man in Germany has broken a Guinness World Record with his impressive, it says here,
yes,
Rubik's Cube collection.
Now, to make it clear, they're not all just plain Rubik's Cubes.
No, God, no.
They're different sizes, different shapes. They have different themes.
No, I figured.
You know, they're not Rubik's Cube. They're not all just 3x3. There are 4x4s. There are 8x8s.
I can't do any.
Remember Rubik's Pyramid?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. They were trying to branch out. You remember, wasn't Rubik's first name Erno or Enro?
I think it's something like Erno or
Erno Rubik.
But yeah,
Ernie.
Whatever kind of brains that takes, I don't have.
Florian Kastenmeier earned the record title for the largest collection of rotating puzzles, with a collection consisting of 1,519 pieces.
So they can't call it a Rubik's Cube anymore?
Well, no, he has more than just the Rubik's Cube.
The 40-year-old's collection features classic Rubik's Cubes as well as colorful puzzles in the shape of balls, houses, and even fruit. A notable item in Florian's collection is a tennis ball-shaped rotating puzzle.
How about that?
Which he received from tennis champ Boris Becker while Becker was having sex with the guy's maid.
In the closet.
In the closet.
And knocking her up.
Isn't that interesting? There is one item Florian would like to have above all others. It's
a wife?
Oh, I was going to say girlfriend, close partner of any sex, whatever it works.
Oh, here we go. It's Rubik Cube number 1, the prototype of Erno Rubik's Cube.
Well, where the hell's that, and how would he ever get it?
I don't. He'd have to break into.
You're never getting that. So.
He'd have to break into Erno Rubik's coffin.
He took it with him, huh?
Yeah. And his coffin actually is a large Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that'd be this guy's dream.
It's like a crypt kind of thing.
You ever had one of those boxes that had the secret? It looks like a solid box, and if you go around and push a button,
don't mess with those.
Yeah,
Pinhead will show up.
Yeah. Oh, is that the? Okay.
Oh, you don't the lament configuration? Sure.
Okay, and what is it? It's Erno Rubik?
I believe I've been saying Erno all this. But it's actually spelled Erno, E-R-N-O.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can't do it. Have you ever done it?
Yeah, there's a trick to it.
What's the trick?
You're
being able to think ahead, which I can't do.
No, there's a certain amount of turns you have to do, and you'll solve it every time.
Okay. Well, I know
3 to the left, 3 to the right.
The guys who's juggling 3 of them and solves them all. And
speaking of puzzles, I don't know how. I just noticed this on my button bars where all the sound effects are. And this says, all it says is fart 1.
Okay, let's hear it.
So and it's a second long. This has got to be a winner, right? Okay.
That's a good one, yeah.
Is that mouth-based, you think?
Is that a mouth, you think?
That almost might be that guy's hand. Doesn't it sound kind of juicy?
It might be John Bizarre. Yeah.
Wow. It could be. Why don't let's dig that up.
Do you have a fart sound over there on your sound effect?
Doubt it, but
I've got one.
I wouldn't. You have one on your little portable. Yeah,
nice.
Rather wet.
Yeah, and it has an aftershock, which is always funny.
Okay, enough.
There's puke.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Realistic. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. You're tired of fart 1? Here's fart 2.
That one got away from him.
Oh, wait a minute. We got an armpit over here.
Had a little 2 in it.
Anything?
I got to start the lawnmower. I can't get it.
Visual. Willie is trying to pump his arm.
You got to prime the pump.
I used to be better. I can do like a...
Oh, yeah.
No. Had a special request.
For fart 3, we don't have it up.
No, we don't have fart 3.
Once again, here's fart 1.
Yeah.
And here's fart 2.
Better or worse? That's how proctologists, they're like eye doctors. Number 1?
Better? Worse.
They're brown eye. Same.
Okay.
Yeah, this is our job. What of it? Oh, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, fart 3.
That one, you could.
By the way, I was supposed to say all models are over 18.
See, that added a whole new level.
That is just wrong.
Oh, man.
Got a nice letter here. Yesterday we had Mark Summers on the show, the famous as the host of Double Dare, many other television appearances, and a magician as a kid. And pursued the dream. And in the mid-'70s, he was out there at the Comedy Store with Dave Letterman and Jay Leno and that whole group of guys. And he warmed up lots of TV shows and ended up with his own show.
He's got a Wikipedia out there.
He said, I grew up... This is a letter. I saw Jessica hug Mark Summers on the live feed yesterday. I teared up a little bit. It's amazing how people we don't even know can affect us.
Mm-hmm.
She just loved Mr. Summers, along with Fred Rogers, LeVar Burton, and Steve Irwin.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Summers, for coming to the show.
Yeah.
Because you got a chance to hug him. It was so sweet.
It put me in a place. I felt like I was at my grandma's house with my brother and my mom, just sitting right up against the TV watching Nickelodeon.
It was appointment viewing. My family, we all sat down and watched it together.
And he did point out that the slime tended to be rather chilly.
Yeah.
Besides being gooey, if you got slimed, it was really cold. I always wondered about that because it looked like people were kind of freezing when they got hit with it. Right now, we have a special trucker request. We were celebrating truck drivers. We always do every day. And here it goes. This is going on to you, Mr. Joe.
For years, we Europeans have had a special taste for bottled waters. The benefits of drinking bottled waters have not been lost on you intelligent Americans. More and more of you are drinking exotic, healthy, and expensive imported bottled water. First, it was Perrier, the sparkling, crystal clear water from France. Then came Evian, crisp, refreshing, pure spring water from the Alps. And now, the latest bottled water to cross the ocean, imported exclusively by Gullible Yank Imports. It's hot dog water. Listen to what your fellow Americans said about imported hot dog water when we secretly served it to them in a very chic New York City bistro.
Oh, God.
Well, it's kind of cloudy. Tangy, and it sort of has an aftertaste.
It's imported.
Well,
it's chic and very exclusive.
Well, it's...
Let me be frank. Princess Diana drinks it, and it's very expensive.
I love it. What's it called?
It's called hot dog water.
Hot dog water.
Hot dog. And what do you think, sir? It's imported.
Well, it's kind of cloudy.
It's very nutritious.
sort of tastes like hot dog water.
It is hot dog water. Ah, yes, the unmistakable taste of hot dog water, bottled in Wiener Wasser, Austria. You'll find our bottling plant just a yodel away from the Wiener Wasser sausage factory, just south of the Danube River sewage treatment facility.
This is delightful. Should I add a lemon or a lime slice when I serve hot dog water to my guests?
No. You should add mustard or ketchup.
Oh, of course.
Hot dog water. Remember our motto. It takes a lot of guts to make this stuff. Not to mention hooves, thumbs, and snouts.
Say, this is tasty. How much is a bottle of hot dog water?
About 30 francs. Or in America, $10.
Wow, what a bargain.
And coming soon from the hot dog water people, the first drinking water that is also a cologne, new HD Eau de Toilette.
Is that toilet water?
Exactly. Imported toilet water.
You mean like from a real French toilet?
Oui, oui. 10,000 French poodles can't be wrong. Hot dog water.
Thank you very much. Some delicious hot dog water. Thank you. Now, we have Mr. McGee at the sports desk. Coming up, more sports?
More sports coming up, including a world record with guess who? He should have his own music. David Rush should have his own intro. His own.
I believe has more than 200 world records.
Yeah, nowhere near the record, though, of world records. I think it's like 800.
Yes, but his are significantly more significant.
I don't think that's true.
I think they are. Some of these records are dumb. I mean, like the record for growing your nails the longest. That should be the record for needing a psychiatrist more than anybody else. Can you imagine that, lady? Well, my nails are 19 feet long. How do you wipe your ass there, honey? Okay, just asking. We have...
Can I compliment you? You've really streamlined that joke. You just go ahead and go, wipe your ass. Yeah.
No, I think we just keep rewarding people with severe mental illness. Look at me. I have 19-foot-long nails. Okay, ma'am.
If it wasn't for mental illness, I wouldn't be here. Okay.
That's true. It's really helped enrich my life.
Thank you.
Speaking of enriching your life.
Yes.
Sonically, we like to deliver this show, and I know lots of folks listen on all kinds of different devices. We certainly appreciate it. But nothing sounds better than the mellifluous tones of Ace Cosby when you're listening on Raycon Earbuds.
Right you are, Tom. Premium audio can go with you wherever you go thanks to Raycon wireless earbuds. They look, feel, and sound better than ever with 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to. In many, many colors. They have all the colors. They feature noise isolation and an awareness mode, and you can listen while you travel or maybe during that grueling workout. And the optimized gel tips on Raycons are perfect for every ear ever made. The earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they do not budge. With Raycon, you also get 8 hours of playtime, 32 hours of battery life, and you get all that for about half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 49,000, and I think it's higher, 5-star reviews. And right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, we have Texas Pete in the news. Who's that? Also, very interesting. I'm a little concerned about this next news story because I think it might be telling people how to rob the landlord.
Oh.
But it involves mouse traps.
Really?
Yeah, it's really kind of a cool story. But I hope we don't give away a technique for robbing the landlord.
I always wanted that mousetrap game when I was a kid. And
it was sort of...
You played it once,
not nearly
and
as
that was
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Well, the TV show, it made it look like, it was what's that guy's name? With
Rube Goldberg?
Rube Goldberg. Yeah. But it wasn't as much fun as it looked.
That and Skittle Bowl. Did you ever play Skittle Bowl with the little wooden ball on a tether?
Yeah, it's good for 5 minutes of fun and a lot of cleaning up. When we come back, we'll have genuine fun for you, and we'll find out why vegetarians are depressed. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Christy Lee on assignment this week, Jessica Alsman. Scorched Earth is her nickname, sitting in at the news desk. Why do we call her Scorched Earth? Well, when she sits in on Wednesdays with Allie Breen and we hear your relationship letters, she leaves no doubt where she stands on these.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Amazon Freebie service. In other entertainment news this morning, Selena Gomez says she's a little nervous, but also excited to share a different side of herself. Apple TV Plus has released the trailer for the Gomez documentary, My Mind and Me. While it appears on the surface that Gomez has everything, she discusses how she never felt good enough and she never wanted fame. She also revisits her mental health challenges and her treatment for lupus. My Mind and Me comes out November 4th. Stevie Wonder's song, Where Is Our Love Song, will be used as the soundtrack for the CW Network's mental health campaign. Wonder says he hopes his song will breathe love and positivity into all of humanity throughout our world. What a great message. The CW is using it as part of its Dare to Love, Defy Hate initiative. And that's a quick look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio. Jim is a veteran comedian and actor, famous for a couple of oddball appearances on Sex and the City.
But I am an actor and a comedian, but I'll tell you guys, I wish I was a film director just in everyday life, so when someone was telling me a boring story, I could just go, and cut! I didn't finish. We got it! That's a wrap. And cut! When you think about it, that would come in handy. You come home late, your wife's like, where the hell were you? And cut! All right, let's try it again. This time you don't care where I was. In fact, you're happy to see me. Let's try a topless. Action.
Another actor who wants to direct.
We'll be using that one.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
I saw her standing in a corner with a corn dog in her hand. By the way she took the first bite, I knew I was her man.
Yeah.
Never mind the lazy eye, she's got that looks off to the right. She can see behind her when there's danger at night. We got a corn dog love, rub-a-dub-dub, sitting in a tub. It's a kind of love that Daddy's been dreaming of. Corn dog love. Corn dog love.
Where are you from, buddy?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small.
Sure.
Thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew.
That's small.
People like, stick them up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come over for dinner.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. There's
Patrick.
There's Josh Arnold's at the sidekick chair.
Oh, sorry.
And there's Ace Cosby. He's manning the track phone hotline hot phone. And here's Willie Griswold. Willie!
Can we please give Pat a keyboard of farts and he can play chords that are farts?
Oh, I bet he could.
He can do Randy Newman farts.
Are you happy, Tom?
No. Lame. Been done.
Been done.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but nobody's. You had the same argument with Today in History. Nobody's done it like we do it.
No, there's all the Christmas carols done with fart. It's just jingle farts. Disrespectful.
No,
yeah.
jingle-
All there is jingle farts.
Yeah. Jingle dogs, not jingle farts.
No, the jingle dogs are funny for about 10 seconds, and then they're not. Yeah,
It's like Stomp, isn't it?
Yeah, The Silent Night by dogs. Not really all that.
If you don't stop beating on that trash can, I'm going to kill you.
No, not that impressive. Now, coming up, Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent. I'm sure he'll have some thoughts about Ace's team getting robbed yesterday with a
And his team getting
roughing the passer call.
His team getting robbed, yeah.
Also, we have T.J. Miller scheduled to be our guest today. A very fine comedian. Certainly look forward to talking to T.J. He's got a lot of stuff going on out there. But right now, we return to the sports desk. Is that correct?
That's exactly right.
Stupid World Record.
David Rush has reclaimed the Guinness World Record for the longest guitar chin balance, of which our own Josh Arnold is quite adept at this, I believe. Isn't that correct?
Broom, yeah.
Broom.
Yeah.
Broom right on the old...
Used to do it when I was an usher at the movie theater.
Wait a second.
How long did you keep it up there?
Oh, at one point it was over a minute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Handle to chin or...
And one time I would have broke... yes, handle.
Okay.
And I would have...
Hang on a second. Have you really thought about what you just asked?
What?
I mean, if you had the broom, if you had the bottom of the broom,
that would be difficult too.
it would be filthy.
Well,
You know, one time I was sweeping the floor in front of the concession stand, and I saw that there was popcorn on the concession stand, so I just lifted my broom and swept it. And my manager goes, "Hey, Josh," and I walked over. He goes, "Could you see where that might be a problem?"
If I want stuff from the floor on my face, I'll just pass out in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, Josh, but you're good at a broom on the chin, but you've never tried a guitar on the chin?
No.
Oh, we have all these great guitars, and our producer, Dean Metcalf, isn't here.
He isn't here. He's got a couple really good ones in there.
There you go.
God, hey, this one's signed by an E. Clap something?
Now, you take a guess how long Mr. Rush was able to keep that guitar on his chin.
Oh, geez. 2.5 hours.
Oh,
well, don't be silly.
I really was.
The length of Inagata Davida, the long one, like 17 minutes or something.
Mr. Rush described the record as a lesson in pain, explaining that he initially beat the record with a time of 1 hour and 8 minutes.
See?
Hoping to do better, he decided to attempt the record again, getting a time of 1 hour 12 minutes.
Okay, so I
only
was
for
twice as...
someone else to beat his record by 45 seconds before he could even submit his evidence. To take the record back, David balanced a guitar on his chin for 1 hour and 35 minutes.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
The weight, the poking into the chin.
The boredom.
Mm-hmm. Well,
how would you like to be the judge sitting there? Okay. Tick, 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 tick.
Oh, that's right. You can't talk because you can't your lower jaw.
That's right.
I wonder if he listens to music or what while he's doing this.
Do you have to be standing? That's what makes it more difficult, or can you be laying down?
You have to. He's standing in the photograph.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you could move with it.
Right.
Yeah, I just like to see him do it with one of those mariachi band guitars, those ones that are the size of, or maybe an upright bass. Now we're talking.
I think I know what I'm going to get Dean for Christmas.
An upright bass.
Unless he has this.
What?
One of those things that sometimes mariachi bands have, where you wear it around your waist and it connects to your guitar, and then you can spin your guitar endlessly.
That's great, yeah.
That may be the only guitar thing he doesn't have.
We've got it.
I think he has every conceivable. Pat, have you ever tried to balance a guitar on your face?
No, I've never done that.
Have you ever tried to balance anything on your face?
Yes.
Tom, what about you? Anything on your face?
Of course. I have a drum set.
A drum? Oh, wow, the whole kit?
Spoon.
Spoon, a little
Spoon's not easy.
Spoon.
Well, congratulations once again to David Rush on all of his records. He always does it to benefit STEM. So good for you, Mr.
Why
Rush.
can't we give this a shot? It'll be fun. And then when Dean comes back, I can go, hey, Dean, you see that shattered Gretsch in the parking lot? Does that have single coil or humbucker pickups? What has it got out there?
It's hard to tell once they've been run over by the UPS truck.
Willie, Dean already doesn't care for me much.
Oh, so now we're just saying things that are true on air.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't want to break one of his guitars.
Okay. Let's move. Is that sports?
Can't we get a Photoshop of us sort of kind of balancing one? Never mind.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's sports.
Lucky, this is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Jessica Alsman.
Apple's new crash detection feature for the iPhone 14 and new Apple Watch models is being triggered by roller coasters.
Really?
The Wall Street Journal reports that Miss Sarah White was riding the Mystic Timbers roller coaster at Kings Island Amusement Park in Ohio when her 2-day-old iPhone 14 Pro, which she had secured in her fanny pack, dialed 911. The call to the Warren County Communications Center played an automated voice message that said the owner of this iPhone was in a severe car crash and is not responding to their phone.
Oh, my gosh.
After getting off the coaster, White saw she had missed calls and voicemails from an emergency dispatcher asking if she was okay. The dispatcher shared 6 recordings of the iPhone crash detection calls from people on Kings Island rides, all received since the new iPhone 14
You understand
models.
what's happening here?
Yeah.
And there was a thing last week in which it went off in a legitimate car crash. And unfortunately, there were a lot of people that were deceased following the crash. But it's a great idea. I just, obviously, it shouldn't just be going off when you're on the roller coaster.
No.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Right.
I wonder if it'll go off in the bumper cars. How much of a...
Yeah, well, I bet it would.
Maybe.
That's what, apparently they suggest that you... if you're going to be going on a roller coaster ride, you can put your iPhone on, what is it, airplane mode?
Put your Apple Watch, the iPhone 14 airplane mode. Easy peasy.
And I was thinking about this, and this is not meant to be humorous. I wonder if they could do a similar thing with the NFL and with helmets. Could they get some kind of device that would register the... however they quantify hits to the head.
I'm sure they already have that.
But it would be in their helmet that it would be, that it would dial 911. It would do the equivalent of that. It would alert.
Why would you want that?
To help prevent brain concussions.
Alert medical staff, not...
all the games would be stopped like 7 or 8 times during the game for ambulances to be on the field.
Well, I mean, that's nice to show. I'm wondering
Like
if
measure
that
how
technology...
hard a certain part of the helmet got hit.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be thinking about something like that. But in any event, I'm wondering if iPhones, this is the iPhone 14, the newer one, that has this thing. And don't cars, some cars have a similar thing that if you have a certain service, if you get into a crash, it'll call...
My car, I had a crash, I don't know, 10 years ago. And
it called the 911 for you?
Hi, are you okay? Yeah, one of those deals.
Maybe they need to have like a fun mode on the iPhone 14. So if you're at an amusement park, it knows you're not in a severe, deadly crash. I don't know.
Apple. They always had to have their nose in it. I don't want my phone to know that I was in a wreck.
Yeah?
Really? Mind your own business, phone.
Oh, really? So you're there bleeding to death.
Hey, Apple, he's kidding, of course. I think we're all okay with Apple.
You're always in my business.
Right, guys? Oh, okay, good.
I just like it because
man?
I just like it because the iPhone, if you're on a roller coaster, it gives you extra steps at the end of the day. Oh wow, I got 15,000 in today.
What?
I was sitting on my ass on a roller coaster.
That is very silly. A grown man that goes to the park every day. I'm going to get my exercise, and he gets on the roller coaster.
I don't know when it happened, but I used to be a roller coaster guy.
Yeah,
I loved roller coasters, and now I wouldn't get on a roller coaster for a bet.
Was she on the Beast? Did it
said
say?
the Mystic Timbers.
Oh, okay, because the Beast owes me a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses.
It's
you knew what you were doing.
I know, but they flew off.
That does suck.
Hey, Josh, remember
they must collect a lot of those shades at the bottom of the Beast.
Remember that story I just said about I was a roller coaster guy, and now I won't get on?
Yeah.
It's almost like I didn't say anything.
No, I know, man. Yeah,
because it really didn't go.
He went right on with his dumb
Is
Ray-Ban
it more? Has it become a fear thing or like a stomach thing?
Thank you, Josh. It's a a fear thing. I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah, well, and a stomach thing too. Yeah, I can't go around anymore.
Chickie, you're gonna mess up your dress, Chickie. If you get into the roller coaster, you mess up your little dressy.
And what if I wanted to wear a dress?
Yeah.
Is this the kind of
also?
Chick, I think what Tom is suggesting.
Is this the kind of support I'd get?
It's coming from the image of masculinity in a khaki shirt and a pink hat. I wouldn't get too fired up about it.
I'm not man enough for you people. I have you know I got a guy named Frank in Alabama who'd love to see me in a dress.
Yes, he would. Yeah. You wear that. You got to make that guy's day. One
can you answer that?
Right. Oh, now you need me. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, we just landed.
Yeah,
Talk
you
about
did.
a roller coaster. I'm an ATL. Just got in from ORD, and now I've got to go all the way to Tango 4 so I can make my connection to ANC.
Wow.
Yeah, for you Zone 4 people, ANC is Anchorage, Alaska.
Why are you going there?
Well, because it's time for a little R&R, Tom. I won this Alaskan cruise in a reverse raffle I conded to by my nephew Trevor. It was to raise money for his lacrosse team to travel to Guatemala or some other third world country. But at least the team has taken our banner with the Smear Corps logo, the new one. So Tobek's happy because at least we're getting our message out. You know,
sure.
Service after the sale. But I had to call you guys today just to get a line on the hot look for Halloween this year.
I have no idea. What is it?
Well, our CFO Tobek always goes all out for the Halloween mixture. 2 years ago, I went as Zig Ziglar and won the whole thing in a walk-off. Last year, I tried to switch it up just to be fair when it's J.J. Walker because I'm a huge fan and I just love to say Dynamite.
How'd that go?
I know. But a few pics were leaked from the party, and let's just say some people did not like my interpretation of the Good Times comedian.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Kenny.
I don't even know why I try anymore. I hate Halloween. You know, most men love Halloween. Why? Because all the ladies dress like the whores on Skip the Game. I know. The other time, any other time you walk into a bar, I see one lady dressed like a whore, and I know where to spend my money. But on Halloween, you walk into the same bar, all 200 women dressed alike. Like ladies of ill repute. It's sort of like seeing Zone 4 people that buy their way into the Sky Club. Hey, chick, just got a text. I got some clients doing a 4-hour layover at Foxtrot 7, and they want to hear sound effects part number 2 again.
Hang on a second. There you go. It's part 2.
I know.
I
loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's put a pin in this whole Halloween thing and circle back later this week. I got to catch a SkyTrain. We just landed.
Okay, thanks, Kenny. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Hey, what is the big Halloween thing this year? Do we know?
Oh, I predict plenty of Dahmers walking around.
Really?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
It's not that difficult. The
Just get a
glasses.
6 or a PBR and the
blonde
glasses.
wigs.
You are right.
And the thing, whatever it is, will be sexy for girls, I would guess. Right?
Sexy Dahmer, sure.
Yeah, sexy
You
Dahmer.
think?
Yeah.
Maybe Marilyn Monroe will make a comeback with the blonde.
Oh, yeah. I bet there'll be some of those as well.
Okay.
What was like the big summer blockbuster? Was like Jurassic World super big? Was there a Marvel thing that was super big? I can't think of it.
The flying Top Gun.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you'll probably see some pilot outfits.
But I don't think the ladies.
Top Gun.
Oddly enough, that's labeled fart number 5. Isn't that weird? That's how Tom Cruise farts.
That's
funny.
That's the wonderful movie that is Top Gun to tell you that something dramatic is happening. Because you can't tell by the acting.
I submit that's as good as the James Bond sting.
Oh.
Not as iconic, but as good in the moment.
It is a little 80s though nowadays. It's very synth heavy.
Well, you want to hear 60s? Go.
There you go.
Both those are so good in their
and that's a crazy chord, isn't it? What's going on with that? Is there some
E13,
dissonance in there?
7, yeah, a little bit.
That's the James Bond.
All synth. That's
and
all
of course, the bass.
It's an E13.
Everything. I think stems from this.
Goldfinger.
Yeah, that is a great song. That's very good, Pat. Coming up, we have Tom Cruise in the news. Actually,
Don't snooze. Tom Cruise in the news.
But I don't think there isn't a significant lady in that movie that would be.
What's her face? Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not going to be a costume. She was just a nice lady.
You just thicken up your eyebrows.
You just unbutton the little jumpsuit.
No, you're right.
Well, no one's going to go, oh, you must be Jennifer Connelly from Gaffigan.
No, but there are sexy pilot outfits. Hell, even just not every female costume has to be sexy. They can just wear
No, know. They do.
They do, yeah.
Didn't you hear what Kenny just said? You walk in the bar, there's 200 whores there.
Sexy.
I think a woman in just a plain Air Force uniform, hot. Isn't that hot?
Pretty much any uniform.
A woman in a T-shirt's hot.
Guy or gal.
Jennifer Connelly, you just thicken up your eyebrows and make it look like you're sleepy, and then push your lips out.
It's incredibly attractive. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I can't see.
I won an Academy Award.
You could put on an astronaut suit and take your fart sound effects. You could be a gastronaut.
It says, one small step for man.
There's your shtick all night long.
Can I have a Kit Kat bar?
I'm a gastronaut.
Oh, you're a gastronaut, aren't you?
I'm a gastronaut.
Well, that's right.
That's right.
Funnier than that.
What do you think?
Are you happy now? When we come back, we'll.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you hard with number one.
We got. We've got. Was that the Wolfman?
Hello there.
Oh, hello there, Wolfman.
Hello there.
We got Tom Cruise news coming up this morning. Also, a comedian, T.J. Miller, comedian and NFL correspondent Kostaki Economopoulos. And when we come back, have you heard about the Texas Pete scandal?
No, I don't know who that is.
There's a lawsuit in the world of hot sauce. Ace, I know you're a big hot sauce guy. Texas Pete, he's in court. We'll find out why. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and...
How are things going, Ron? You're out on tour. You got a lot of live shows happening.
Yeah, they keep showing up, and I can't believe it either.
We have. I notice you've got your guitar out.
I do.
Give that a strum. I want to see if. Oh, that's nice.
I'd like to sing you a song that could probably change your life. But I don't have one. So I'll just sing this. She don't have a boyfriend, and she don't really care. She's always real happy. She's got a grin from ear to ear. And she don't need no alcohol to find her happy spot. She found that a long time ago, and buddy, she goes there a lot. Bean flicking her bean, knocking one out like a beauty queen. No time for love, 'cause it's too much work just to flicking her bean where she won't get hurt. Flicking her bean where she won't get hurt. Go on, flick it, girl. Well, here she comes and there she goes, dancing around on her tippy toes. Have you ever seen a woman just smile like that after sitting at home and just rubbing that cat? It ain't over when she gets back home. She'll be flicking that thing until the cows come home. Bean flicking her bean, knocking one out like a beauty queen. No time for love, 'cause it's too much work just to flicking her bean where she won't get hurt. Flicking her bean where she won't get hurt. Flicky, 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 flick, flicky, 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 flicking the bean.
Is your answer, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. ThatJoshArnold.com. Here's a look at things you may have missed on a Tuesday morning. Eager to admire colorful foliage, eat sushi, and go shopping, droves of tourists from abroad started arriving in Japan. The government lifted border restrictions Tuesday, which had been in place for more than 2 years to curb the coronavirus pandemic. The daily cap of 50,000 arrivals now gone. Airlines have added flights, visa-free travel back for short-term business and tourism. Travelers expected to deliver a sorely needed $35 billion boost to the world's third largest economy, and the flood of visitors is expected to keep growing. So if you've been waiting to go to Japan, now is your time. New Zealand's government, meanwhile, proposing to tax the greenhouse gases that farm animals make from burping and peeing. As part of a plan to tackle climate change, the government says the farm levy would be a world first, and farmers should be able to recoup the cost by charging more for climate-friendly products. Doesn't sound so great for consumers. Farmers quickly condemned the plan. The Liberal Labor government's proposal Tuesday harks back to similar but unsuccessful proposals made by a previous Labor government in 2003 when it proposed taxing farm animals for their methane emissions. New Zealand. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dear dumbasses and Christy, how Chick has ruined my Sundays. The Packers are my favorite team. The Giants had the +8. They were playing the Packers in London. I was watching in Wisconsin at my local bar. And everyone, every time Saquon Barkley's name, it was Saquon Barkley.
Quan Barkley.
That's exactly right.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear.
It's time again for 3 Questions With.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Phil Mondor, and welcome to America's most concise interview show, 3 Questions With, the exciting, fast-paced interview show where we ask 3 pertinent questions to today's biggest newsmakers. My guest today is presidential hopeful Ralph Nader. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nader. I see that you're sitting and ready to go forward with the interview. Are you comfortable, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Phil.
Didn't have any problems finding the studio, did you?
No problems at all, Phil.
Good. So, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
This has been 3 Questions With. Join us next week for 3 Questions with Osama bin Laden.
That's it. 3 questions.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
We're talking with comedian Rick Schrader.
I'm a stepfather, too, which I've been for a few years now. And if you're not a step-parent, you don't realize the warmth and rewards that you get for the warm, loving feeling. And it's, I hate you. Okay, here's some more money. You're not like my real dad. That's right. You can find me. Track down your real deadbeat dad and have him pay for these Barbie accessories,
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Boppy, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
She's in for Christy Lee, who's on vacation. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold clapping his hands.
Tom asked me to clap during the song.
Is that right, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. This part of the show's always so boring. I'm over here reading.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline. There's Willie Griswold. Hey! I'm Chick McGee, and
I liked it.
I said I'm Chick McGee.
Yeah. Now, everybody. This is why people tune in, Tom.
Ace, do you have any?
I ain't going to work. I'm going to listen.
Do you have any oil over there? So I can lube up that flute before I cram it up your ass. All right, could we move forward here? Jeez.
Sure, sorry.
Wow. We were talking about this new.
Sorry.
Worked.
I had one more left in me.
Oh, you got a look.
You got the look.
You done now with the
You get the hey,
wit?
You get the look.
You got the look.
You get the look and the scissors. You're done.
Oh, boy.
You're done.
Josh,
You don't come back from those two.
The last time I saw him give that look, me and my brothers were fighting in the backseat of a road trip. Be careful.
I'll be careful.
And have you ever gotten the throat slash? Oh, you don't want to see that.
That's the trifecta right there.
It's exactly like this.
The throat slash means this will be reflected in your pay.
That comes after the scissors.
Do you ever look around your house and think what you could pawn?
Yes.
Not Pat, we know.
All right.
Do you know, Pat, do you currently have anything at the pawn shop?
Two, yeah.
You do?
My Takamine and my ukulele.
Okay, well, as far as I'm concerned, you can leave the ukulele there.
No, I love the ukulele.
Pat Godwin, your album is on the charts right now.
Yeah, thank you.
And I was informed this morning. So was our. We've got some new Bob and Tom stuff out there. Also, I guess we're number 5 in the holiday.
Yeah,
season.
the Holiday Classics album.
Holiday Classics from Bob and Tom. I didn't know that was out there yet.
All right.
But the Holiday Classics just around the corner. Pat's album is called Christmas Bonus.
Way ahead of time.
Well, I've been to a store lately. They're selling things for Christmas so you can decorate your house.
It's a bad name.
We had to finish it in June.
I saw my first Christmas commercial over the weekend.
As did I.
But yeah, it's getting close.
I, Tom. I did. You're brilliant, Tom. Good point, Tom.
What size staples does it take to fasten a man's lips together?
So yesterday was, I guess the anniversary of the release of "Last Train to Clarksville" by the Monkees.
A good tune.
Yeah, but I was playing it for one of my little girls. Finn wanted to hear it because we were going over stuff, and
you forced her to listen. Yeah.
No, she loved it. But
get in here, listen to this. It's a party.
If you look at the video, you go to YouTube. They weren't even trying. I mean, the lip syncing, they cut to different things. It doesn't match up.
Oh.
Mickey's playing drums in one scene, not in the next. They keep showing shots.
So you had a fun afternoon with your 9-year-old little girl, and you decided to show her continuity errors in Last Train to Clarksville by the Monkees.
Exactly right.
Which came out in what, 1968?
1966, I think. But Mike Nesbitt not even trying. And Pat, the one that drove me nuts, first of all, Peter Tork is playing this really cool bass. If Dean were here, he'd know what it was. But there's a scene where it cuts to this. There's this really nice guitar chord, and they show Peter Tork doing it on the bass. Like, come on, guys, just try.
Was it maybe kind of tongue-in-cheek if they were playing a chord on the bass?
Oh, I think those guys were probably also stoned.
I was going to say, I'm assuming the editor and
66.
everybody. They just went, let's just put this together.
Jack's backstage writing our next movie. Nicholson wrote that movie.
Yeah.
You're just a roaming bore, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying.
Well, you won't believe. Look at these continuity errors. Monkeys.
I'm just saying they could have tried harder.
Did they look dreamy? Because that's all that mattered.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a crush on the Monkees?
My mom loved Davy Jones.
Same here. Yeah, my mom too. Yeah.
Do you want to tell the story, Chick, or do I tell it?
About what?
Meeting Davy Jones at the tennis court thing. Wasn't that you? Was that Christy? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Christy did have a crush on him and met him.
Yeah, we were at this. There used to be this great venue. It was an outdoor venue, but it was these tennis courts, and it was just a perfect place to see shows.
That was okay.
No, it was great. It was much better than the ones they ended up building.
My God.
And we were doing a show with the Monkees, and Davy Jones came out, and he had a. How do I describe this? He had a
boner,
a booger. But it was a cocaine booger hanging from his nostril.
Oh boy!
Good for him.
But it was just because that's awkward in any situation.
Right.
If you see someone, you say, "Oh, by the way, Your Highness, you've got a booger hanging."
Right.
Yeah, but it was just very awkward.
That is awkward.
Couldn't have been nicer, though. It was an excellent show.
A sugar booger, they call that.
Oh, is that what they call it? Oh, yuck. Well, in any event, sorry.
Dolan's is out there now doing the tour.
Yeah, he sang almost all their hits.
Oh, do you have some of the songs he's doing there, Pat? Or
yeah, the new tour with Mickey Dolenz.
Yeah.
Here I come, walking down the street. I get the funniest looks from everyone I mean. Hey, I'm a monkey. It loses the charm.
That's right.
And then I was watching this with Finn, And then at the bottom of the thing pops up an obituary for Nesmith. Like, oh, great.
Oh.
So then she goes, are any of these guys dead? And then,
It's all right to teach your kids about it.
But they were having so much fun.
I don't know.
They were being monkeys.
The way you described this whole thing.
Poor kid.
Why? Why are you showing her the monkeys?
Because they're great. Those are great songs.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
Not all of them, certainly, but there are some really good ones there.
Real good, yeah.
Yeah. Could you grab that for me?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Rusty Belt, and this is some other news. Well, I'm here today to clear up some misconceptions about cable TV versus direct streaming options.
Okay.
Now, I say misconceptions because my 80-year-old neighbor called me to complain his TV no longer worked after he cut the cord. I checked it out for him and said, Clarence, you cut the wrong cord. You're lucky you didn't electrocute yourself and fry your pacemaker. Oh, man. You know, I know some older folks, especially older men, are concerned that if they switch to streaming, that their streams will be weak, intermittent, and difficult to start.
It's wrong stream.
Yeah, but they needn't be concerned. Hey, in any event, I wanted to spend a couple of minutes telling folks what services are out there other than Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Tubi, and Fubo.
Cool. Okay.
So many have popped up in recent months. Here are a few. For example, if you like to watch cop shows 24/7, then you might want to sign up for the new streaming service Popo.
Makes sense.
If you like to watch, if all you like to watch is Hawaii Five-0, for instance, and Don Ho specials, then sign up for Hula. Warning, there are commercials. Every program on Hula is brought to you by Lay's.
The potato chip people.
Yes. There's a new streaming service called Hobo, but it's only available aboard freight trains.
Oh.
Never miss out on anything ever again with the new streaming service FOMO. If you like varied offerings of YouTube, you might also like the narcissistic movies that are featured on the new service called MeTube. Don't forget the streaming service for deep-sea fishermen called NetShips. Interested in cooking shows that only feature high-fiber recipes? Well, then sign up for Poo Poo. And finally, if films like Shaft, Superfly, and Blackula are your cup of tea, try Mofo. Yes, I said it. This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Rusty Belt, and this has been Some Other News. Bye.
Okay, there's one called Fubo.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Tubi, Hulu, Fubo.
Yeah, it's one of those free to watch, kind of got the rando movies on there.
You can't keep track.
Yeah, I can't decide if I want to get Tubi or not. It's like Tubi or not Tubi, you know?
Yeah, it is hard, isn't it? That's an age-old
dilemma.
I'll be right back.
Coming up, we have in the news, why are vegetarians depressed? And comedian, NFL correspondent Kostaki Economopoulos, and comedian TJ Miller. All coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive, and I'll also let you see my...
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey, guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my... I'll let you in the... And after that, you're in the...
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Donnie Baker on the road this weekend as well. I told you about Josh and Pat and Willie at the Ho Chunk Casino in the Wisconsin Dells on Saturday night. But if you're on the other side of the country, that would be to the middle part of the country. Donnie Baker in Dubuque, Iowa at the Mississippi Moon Bar. That's coming up this Saturday, October 15th. And then the following weekend, Saturday, October 22nd, Donnie Baker will be live at the Rona Theater in Ironton, Ohio, and a special Halloween show, pre-Halloween, coming up at the Jukebox in Peoria, Illinois, Friday, October 28th, Saturday, October 29th. Not just Donnie Baker, but Donnie Baker with his band, the Pork Pistols, again in Peoria, Illinois, Friday, October 28th, Saturday, October 29th at the Jukebox. The Pork Pistols and Donnie Baker live on stage. Go to DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information about his current tour. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Here's a look at your news headlines. South Korea's military says it's capable of detecting and intercepting the variety of missiles that North Korea has launched in a barrage of recent simulated attacks on its rivals. North Korea said Monday that its 2 weeks of firing drills involved nuclear-capable ballistic missiles, warplanes, and other assets to practice possible attacks on South Korean and U.S. targets. South Korean's defense ministry said Tuesday its missile defense system is capable of detecting and intercepting those weapon systems that Pyongyang says it mobilized in the drills. Some observers have said a portion of the North's newly developed weapons may overcome South Korea and U.S. missile defenses. Well, the country of Japan has reopened. The daily cap of 50,000 arrivals is gone. Airlines have added flights, visa-free travel back for short-term business and tourism. Travelers expected to deliver a sorely needed $35 billion boost to the world's third largest economy, and the flood of visitors expected to keep growing. Japan now open for tourism. Former Hurricane Julia has dissipated, but its drenching of Guatemala and El Salvador with rain. Julia is believed to have directly or indirectly caused the deaths of 28 people. It's now become a tropical storm. 14 died in Guatemala, 4 in Honduras, and 1 in Nicaragua. The seafood industry in Southwest Florida racing against time, the elements to save what's left of both a major shrimping fleet and the lifestyle battered by Hurricane Ian. The ferocious wind and powerful storm surge from Ian threw a couple dozen shrimp boats atop wharves and Holmesville Harbor at Fort Myers Beach. Such vessels don't fare well out of the water, so workers trying to get the boats back in the water and resume fishing with the few that are left. Fleet manager Jesse Clapman says the industry already operates on tight profit margin and needs more help. That's a look at things in the news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em. And don't miss the Chick McGee Shoe-In of the Week, Thursdays on the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. They put the F in professional.
You know us. We're Amish Bell. No poles, no wires, no phones, no nonsense, no shiny objects. That's Amish Bell. And now, new from Amish Bell, call waiting.
Hello, Graber. How's the farm?
Good, Carl. Good to see you. Oh, wait a minute, Carl. I see Fritz is here waiting to talk with me.
Okay, Graber. I'll just stand here and wait.
Hi, Fritz. I'm talking to Carl right now. Can you wait for a moment? You're fine, Graber. I'll just stand here. Okay, Carl, now verbally.
Call waiting. Another new world convenience from the old world minds at Amish Bell. Remember, we take Visa, quilts, and cheese. Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I just went on a date with one girl, and she was wearing a skirt and a pair of jeans under the skirt. Like she was trying to say, hey, Matt, here's 2 things you're not getting into tonight.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank.
Check out the great stuff.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Halsman.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, man. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Yeah, there's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chickster. Coming up, Kostaki Economopoulos with our NFL update. Also, comedian TJ Miller will be joining us a little bit later on the show. And we now turn to Jessica at the Bob and Tom News Desk. What have you got?
The makers of Texas Pete hot sauce are being sued because their product is made in North Carolina.
Oh, one of these.
USA Today reports that California resident Philip White purchased a bottle of Texas Pete at a Ralph's supermarket in September of 2021. According to the complaint, White believed the condiment was made in Texas.
It doesn't say that Pete is from Texas. It's Texas Pete.
The lawsuit said White would have not purchased the hot sauce or paid as much for it had he had known its origin.
What? Who is this guy?
Well, no, but Josh, no, but it's Texas Pete, and he bought it at Ralph. So who does he even know who he's getting it from? There's an
Texas Pete is some guy's nickname, right?
Yes.
It's like Jersey Joe, could live in California.
Yeah, I don't go into Jersey Mike's and order a sandwich and go, hey, what the hell? I just bought this in the Midwest.
Wait a second.
I'm suing.
These aren't real chicken fingers.
And we've had chicken fingers, huh?
Toes.
The complaint alleges the makers knowingly capitalized on consumers' desire to partake in the culture and authentic cuisine of one of the most prideful states in America.
Jail this guy for a month.
Here's what I would do. As you know, I do believe in cruel and unusual punishment.
Yes.
It's one of the many mistakes in the Constitution.
Yes.
I would have this guy strapped down, and then I would have various hot sauces poured in his eyeballs, and then down to the genitalia.
All of his orify, if you will.
Eyeballs and urethral
for
slit.
wasting the court's time.
Yes.
What an incredible jackass.
And the lawyer is lawyer who accepted this.
Disbar.
Right.
Yeah.
Says that the label uses distinctly Texan imagery, and there's surprisingly nothing Texas about it.
And this guy lives in California. Why? He's not even...
How does he know? The plaintiffs are asking the court to force T.W. Garner Food Company to pay for damages as well as change its name and branding.
Yeah, damage this guy with a hot lead.
What is it Lionel Hutz said? This is the most egregious example of false advertising since the never-ending story.
Yeah, this guy goes to a house of ill repute. Well, I said a Cleveland steamer.
I'm not in Cleveland.
And I found out you're from Florida. Wipe yourself off and get out of here. I'm not paying.
Pat, what do you have to say about this?
Let's hear this guy out. On my meat, I'm eating sauce from Carolina. Thought it was from Texas. Why do they perplex us? It's Louisiana hot sauce made in Caroline. But I had the taste of Texas in my mind. Don't you love JT?
I love James. You know any other more James Taylor?
Yeah, sure.
You do?
In my mind, I'm going down on Carly Simon. Wait a second. I rode my old lady like a Harley. Accidentally called out Carly. And you know that girlfriend of mine kicked me from behind. 'Cause I'm going down on Carly Simon in my mind.
I don't think we had him on satellite one morning and he started playing Carolina in my mind. I don't think I'll ever forget that. It was amazing.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's the best insane person I know, right next to me.
So I guess we owe Mr. Taylor an apology. Once again, this person named Philip White is suing Texas Pete's because the hot sauce is not made in Texas.
Which I'm curious what the bottle actually says. If it, well, yeah, it had to have said made in North Carolina. You didn't read. You didn't read the bottle.
No, my contention is it's Texas Pete. It doesn't matter where he is Texan.
Oh, really? That's your contention?
That's right. That's my contention.
How about this? How many of the Dallas Cowboys are actually from Dallas?
Right.
Like 3 on a good day? I don't know.
Not only that, but there was a player for Dallas. Oh, there are every now and then. There's a player for Dallas named Washington.
Uh-huh.
And there was a guy named Dallas playing for Washington. It was crazy.
You know something? I went to the Outback Steakhouse. You know something?
What?
That steak wasn't from Australia.
And it wasn't.
Right. But hey,
we didn't eat Outback. We ate in the restaurant.
Yeah, there you go.
My goodness, splitting hairs.
Hey, Mrs. Butterworth, guess what? Bitch is divorced.
It's Ms. Butterworth.
Mr. Butterworth said,
you?
enough.
I would never buy my syrup from a divorced woman.
He talked to Josh Arnold, and Josh said,
well, all right. The bitch has spoken. Yeah. Or relax, bitch. That's how I say.
According to this guy, with every pot you never...
Christy, you're leaving?
Yeah.
See ya, bitch.
What is wrong with you today?
These bitches.
What kind of woman does that?
A bitch. That'll do, bitch.
And now to music.
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one for love.
Bitch. Bitch.
You can rely on the old man money. It's a
bitch.
Girl, but it don't.
Bitch. Bitch. The bitches. Bitch.
The little tribute. Thank you, Josh.
I think that Meredith Brooks one might be my favorite, though.
So, in any event, will this get thrown out of court?
I hope immediately, and I hope he gets thrown out into the street.
Okay, all right.
Thrown into the street.
Yes.
Again, tie him down and pour hot sauce in his eyeballs. And
I'm for it.
Till he pays the court costs, and we disbar his lawyer. Okay, back to you.
Tom Cruise's proposed film shoot in space may include a spacewalk. Universal Filmed Entertainment Group executive Donna Langley told the BBC that the movie is still in the development stages, but if it does get the green light, Cruise will become the first civilian to do a spacewalk outside of the space station.
Wow.
She explained that the movie's plot actually takes place on Earth, and then the character needs to go up to space to save the day.
Okay.
So, of course, Tom Cruise.
And he's maybe really going to do it.
Gosh.
He's Tom Cruise, man.
Would they have to pay $1 billion?
It's not going to be cheap.
Well, the vomit comet or whatever, right?
No, but this you couldn't do a spacewalk in the vomit comet because that just goes into a big arc, and then for like a minute goes straight down, and then has to.
They'll figure this out.
Who are these badass camera operators, though, that are going to be going up there with them? Like, these aren't just guys that they pulled off of, Call Me Cat, and they're going to send them into space.
Why can't they just CGI it like everything else?
Because it's Tom Cruise. He loves these practical stunts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll make the acting
Remember
better.
when he hung onto a plane and it took off?
You know what I'd have him do? I just figured this out. You have him on the, the space station. And I'm sure there's some fairly long horizontal surfaces outside the space station. Probably have like antennas and stuff on them. And you do that. Da 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 da. And then he comes sliding out in a pair of socks and a spacesuit. And they play Bob Seger, old time rock and roll. Oh,
that would be funny.
What a great promo that would be.
Yes.
You don't like that idea,
It'd be incredible.
Nice callback.
Olivier did that. I think when he played Hamlet, he held on to the side of a plane. It really made the whole movie pop.
You know what Olivia said to Dustin Hoffman when they were...
I love that story, yeah.
Then you tell it. You probably don't.
Dustin Hoffman, his character in some film is meant to be very, very...
Marathon Man.
Yeah, Marathon Man. Very, very tired and exhausted.
Sure.
woebegone, and Hoffman goes, I'm going to stay up for 3 days and not get any sleep. And Laurence Olivier said, how exactly did he say it, Pat?
Why don't you try acting?
Yeah. Did he say dear boy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I totally agree. Somebody needs to slap Jared Leto around and go, just act. You don't have to live like this.
Remember, he leaned over to Mike Birbiglia at some and said, I haven't eaten in 17 days.
Who's Leto?
Jared Leto said that to Mike Birbiglia.
Best Tom Cruise movie? Hands down. Well,
what were you going to say?
Live, Die, Repeat. It's a tie. Live, Die, Repeat, and Night and Day with Cameron Diaz.
I like Night and Day.
It's Night and Day's amazing. It's wonderful.
That's really good.
It's a fun ride, Tom.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either one of those.
It's Knight.
Oh, it's a little twist there.
Okay, very
having fun
then. Now, coming up, Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent, he may be upset about a certain call against his Atlanta team over the weekend. We'll look forward to talking with Kostaki. Also coming up, comedian TJ Miller right now. This is a question for Chick McGee. What is your sleep number setting, please?
65. I appreciate that.
Chick
100, Tom.
Meaning?
I like a firm mattress, and the important item to not forget is the Sleep Number mattress stays firm. You know how conventional mattresses start to sag after you lay on them. Not Sleep Number bed. It stays firm.
And I did my homework, thanks to one of our listeners. Christy Lee's sleep number setting is a crisp
45.
Thank you very much. 45.
Crisp.
That's a softer mattress. But at the touch of a button, she could go up to Chick's level should she wish.
The sheets are crisp.
8 out of 10 couples say that one of them sleeps too hot or too cold. That's why Sleep Number has the new Climate 360 Smart Bed, the only smart bed in the world that actively cools, warms, and responds to both of you. This is a great revolution in sleeping. Proven quality sleep is very important. That's what Sleep Number is all about, because every great day starts the night before. And don't miss out on this new one. Sleep Number's special introductory offer on the new Climate 360 Smart Bed. Sleep Number stores nationwide will have it. You'll find them online at sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. By the way, Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the National Football League. I love my Sleep Number bed. Coming up, speaking of the National Football League, our correspondent, Kostaki Economopoulos. Also coming up, comedian TJ Miller. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, by the way, the Big Green Egg is the Big Green Egg Mini Max is what you can win if you get the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em victory. BobandTom.com/contest. Get your picks in now. Just pick the regular pro football regular season winners. No point spread. Just pick the winners. And whoever picks the most with a tiebreaker thrown in, boom, you could be the big winner of a Big Green Egg Mini Max. We'll let you know the winner of Week 5 coming up probably on Wednesday. But Carl Thompson won Week 4, and he got to pick against Chick McGee in the shoe-in of the week. Got to go on live with the Chickster. So that's a lot of fun. Not only do you win the Big Green Egg Mini Max to grill for your friends and family, but you also get to talk to Chick McGee. Yes, he's the sports director here at the Bob and Tom Show and a savant when it comes to picking NFL games. He crushed it last year. This year, well, he crushed it last year. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes to Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs overcome an early 17-point deficit, along with a dubious roughing the passer penalty, and Kansas City extends the winning streak over the Raiders, a 30-29 win last night for the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And the Carolina Panthers have fired Coach Matt Rule, ending the former Baylor coach's tenure 5 games into his 3rd losing season. Rule is the first NFL coach to be fired this season. He went 11-27 with Carolina and leaves with roughly $40 million left on the 7-year, $62 million guaranteed contract he signed in 2020. Defensive pass game coordinator and secondary coach Steve Wilks will serve as interim coach for the rest of the season. And Major League Baseball playoffs continue today. Atlanta hosts Philadelphia at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then Seattle visits Houston at 3:30 this afternoon Eastern time. The Yankees host Cleveland, that one at 7:30 tonight. And then out on the West Coast, the Dodgers host the Padres at 9:30 Eastern. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes, yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I recently got married, and
boy.
Yeah, and my wife changed her name. I know some women have a problem with that, but I wanted her to have my old girlfriend's name.
She must really love you.
Call me old-fashioned, but
Hell, you got the tattoo. Why not?
my wife actually got pregnant on our wedding night.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, not by me. It was a crazy night. Either way, I'm getting a brother. So. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't think her parents like me, though, because apparently when you meet someone's mother, you're not supposed to hug her and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if their dad's short, don't try and pick him up. Oh, you're like a little baby, Dad.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Rick Schrader. You're talking about your ex-wife.
She was not big on approval. This is what I'm getting at in a roundabout way. Make sure you find the right person before you get married, because the first time I got married, I looked and I thought I found that person who would tell me those 5 words every man longs to hear. Get off me, you're heavy. But, are you done yet? That's one of us should be enjoying this. Of course, my personal favorite, when you're inside me, I feel nothing. Yes,
When you're inside me, I feel nothing. I have
That's
to
a
write
direct
that down.
quote. That is a direct quote.
Oh, wow.
Because we're working up there. I'm trying. You know, boy, I got it in myself that time. You know, I think I'm on a roll here. But women have such a hard time achieving orgasm. Maybe it's because you got a big, fat, sweaty guy on top of you. That would break my concentration.
Hey, Donnie.
I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? You know, drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That is Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. And we're hooking up with comedian, sports fan, Atlanta Falcon fan, and comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. Oh, there he is. Hey, Kostaki, how are you?
Morning, guys.
Morning.
This morning, Chick walked in and he said the roughing the passer call last night was the worst call he's seen in the history of watching the NFL.
You didn't watch the one on Sunday, Chick?
Which would you say was more egregious?
I would say last night's was more egregious only because, hear me out, jackass. I know you think the one on Sunday because it involved Tom Brady and it was your Falcons, and I understand.
That's right.
But last night, Chris Jones actually put his left arm down to brace himself to not land on Derek Carr as hard as he could have. But,
right. And he had the ball at the time, so that's kind of a... Yeah.
Well, but that would have been the whole, well, when did he fumble? Was his hand go the tuck rule?
Right.
I didn't want to hear that either. So Yeah, there you go. That's what I.
Yeah, I hear you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But cripes, the one on Sunday with Brady. Who's the ref in that play? Brady's divorce lawyer? What's happening? Nature's wild. I've never seen a zebra F a falcon. That hurts.
His name is Jerome Boger, right? He's been an NFL ref forever, man.
Boger.
That's right. And after the game, he said Grady Jarrett threw Brady to the ground unnecessarily.
That's right.
That is the way the defense ends a play. That's literally necessary roughness. That's what the game is. He grabbed Brady around the waist and gently swung him to the ground. That play was a pile of leaves away from being a romantic comedy.
Okay, that's very funny.
Should have been. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do about this? Who was the quarterback that said they've got a
Troy Aikman last night.
What was the thing of something about dresses?
It's the lining.
Yes,
it's starting to. It's going to be. It's now ridiculous the way they're enforcing this law. Yeah, I've heard that before. Why don't we put them in dresses? Yada yada yada.
I was surprised to hear him say that. How are you supposed to tackle Tom Brady? Does it have to be onto a pillow top mattress at this point? What, 800 thread count sheets and a layer of organic guacamole?
I hate to burst your little Tom Brady hate and bubble here, Kostaki, but I don't count me among the. I could not agree with you more. But these two clowns in here, Tom and Josh, think Tom Brady should be allowed to take time off. He doesn't have to show up to training camp simply because he's Tom Brady. So I'm guessing when he got tackled on Sunday, of course the gentleman should have been called for a penalty. He committed it against Tom Brady.
I do think he should have been called for a penalty. Respect your elders.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. That was the worst call since Alec Baldwin called his daughter. That's a bad call. That was the worst call since Mel Gibson called his wife. This was a bad call. That's the Secret Service let JFK go with the convertible.
These are
the pantheon.
These are bad calls.
These are bad.
And the
calls.
Secret Service was told by the CIA, who was told by other people.
By Castro.
Go.
Thanks for the conspiracy.
The Tom Brady divorce, though, this will be the first time I'm cheering for Tom. It's the first human thing he's done in years. He's going to mope around the house eating one bite of ice cream. He's going to retire now to spend less time with his family. He got to pack his stuff. So technically he's a packer. That's weird, right? Kidding. There's no way both the egos of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady could both fit in Wisconsin. I wonder if Giselle is leaving Brady because his diet doesn't include cunnilingus. It's not allowed.
Sweetie, the dietitian is here, and I got to follow the rules.
There you are.
The trader won't let me. The Panthers fired their coach. Matt Rule is now celebrating breast cancer awareness with a pink slip. That's nice. Broncos country, let's hide. What's happening? Russell Wilson underwent a procedure on his throwing shoulder. I hope it was performed by a wizard. He's beyond medical science at this point. And thoughts and prayers. He needs a magician. David Blaine, put him in the end zone, for the love of God. Somebody make his personality disappear, too. This guy. Watching the Broncos feels like undergoing a procedure. Somebody said Russell's in a good place. Is it Ciara's vagina? Because it's not in a good place on the field at all.
Seems to be a theme today.
Right.
Yeah, well.
What do you have on your mind, Kostaki?
Kostaki's been...
Will you please get laid, please?
The man has been poon free for 3 years, as I understand
I'm
it.
single. I want somebody to F me that's not a referee.
Now, Kostaki will be back on the road at the Punchline in Atlanta beginning Thursday, October 20th. Well, that's
Going
nice. Through Saturday, the 22nd. Also, gigs coming up in November in Farmington, New Mexico, Albuquerque, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota at the Boss Comedy Club coming up Friday, November 18th. So you can see Kostaki out there. Ladies, the man is single.
I'm loving it. I just got back from Oregon and Chico. It was so fun.
Got a letter about the Chico appearance, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
That's nice. I think it's nice.
Yeah, no, it was a really nice letter. I kind of got buried here. Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. This is it. Hey, Kostaki, saw him last Wednesday night in Chico. He was amazing. I brought my husband. He'd never heard of him, but they left huge fans. So
that's nice.
There you go. Thanks for making me laugh every day. Rita from Chico loved the Kostaki. There you go.
That's a switch. Usually what I get now is a beautiful woman will come up to find me after the show and say, my dad loves you. I get that a lot now. And I get a picture. He's not going to believe that you're here. Okay. All right.
Now, Kostaki, you have a special place on the World Wide Web where people can submit great jokes like some of the ones you've done. Those are terrific jokes. Where do they find you, Kostaki?
All the big social media platforms at All Pro Lines. And also follow me personally on social media, too. I finally got the memo, and I'm posting a lot more content, clips from shows, crowd work, some of my jokes I'm working on. It's I'm active out there. It's fun. Come find us.
Have you ever heard a more confusing way to find what Kostaki's on a special place?
Well, I like to.
Yeah, sounds like he's in rehab.
Yes, I was going to say the same. And if you'd like to submit, what the hell are you talking about?
You made it sound like Kostaki picked up a coke problem in Chico, had to stop back on the way home.
Bless his heart, he just got divorced. He's in a special place.
Well, right now his Mannheimen is back, and he'd like to pop it.
Yeah, I'm available. I'm fine.
How's the single life going, though? You're enjoying life? You get to eat what you want, do what you want, go to bed when you want?
Yes, it's weird how much I enjoy it. I can drive when I want, and yeah, it's exactly right. Choosing the sleeping times and the food and just the simple. It's like I feel like Britney Spears. I'm free.
Kostaki, you called me and left me a message a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't. I have yet to call you back regarding a dream you had about. Was it a woman and me? Is this something you can discuss?
I had one of those like electrically real dreams when you wake up and you're sort of jarred about it for a while. You and I, we were both interested in the same woman, and I decided to let it slide because she lived in your town and not mine. Oh, so I was going to let it go, but you fell asleep at the party and she hit on me again. So I decided to go ahead and sleep with her and then discuss it with you the next day.
Oh, how did I take it, or did it even get to that point?
No. And then if I had it in my head that if she was really interested in you, that I would stop talking to her. I'm a friend, Josh.
So
I did sleep with her when you were.
Okay.
I was willing to walk away.
Yeah.
Kostaki, I like how even in your dreams, you're still not that good of a guy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You're doing the right thing.
No, I think he is, because he called and left me a message sort of confessing. That's right. There was some guilt.
But just the fact that in his dream he made up the decision.
Yeah.
She lives in Josh's town. I won't do it. But there was one more step in the moral conundrum, and you just couldn't take it.
Now, Kostaki, do you have a caption contest and All Pro Lines going on right now?
Not currently, but we can get one up there pretty quick. Yeah, we've got some funny pictures to work with.
Okay, and then people can submit their football jokes. They can send them your way.
Yeah, here's an example. Teddy Bridgewater was knocked out of the game. Quarterbacking for the Dolphins is riskier than being a Spinal Tap drummer at this point. Right? There was a friend of mine wrote that joke, and then we had some people tag it. So it's riskier than going swimming with Antonio Brown. It's riskier than being a Kennedy girlfriend. Oh. It's riskier than being a Kennedy. You see?
It's riskier than being
jokes. It's fun.
It's riskier than being an actual dolphin at SeaWorld.
Yes.
Willie's on board. He got involved.
That's how we do it.
You know what sold it was the hat. Oh yeah.
Later you go through, you pick the best 6, and boom, there you go. It's fun.
Now, Kostaki, you're in the process of what do they call it in California? Consciously uncoupling.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah, do you have an attorney yet?
No, I haven't done any of the paperwork yet. We did all the.
Don't say the most chilling words that anyone who's ever been married will say.
I know.
Well, we're just taking care of it ourselves.
I know. Believe me, Chick.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know. We're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. We had lots of practical things to take care of first, and we've done actually a really good job. She's been great.
Okay, good.
We're getting along. That part of it's been pretty great, I have to say.
Well, the reason I'm just asking, it's because it's, of course, none of my business. But
But you're worried about me.
No, of course not. I'm just concerned that
worried. He hardly knows you.
I'm just concerned that the courts in California are clogged right now with things, for example, like this case we were just talking about. The makers of Texas Pete hot sauce are being sued in California because the hot sauce is not made in Texas. It's made in North Carolina. So we've determined that this guy filing this lawsuit's an incredible jackass. And as you know, I do believe in cruel and unusual punishment. Constitution be damned. I say we tie this guy down and pour hot sauce in his eyeballs. But Josh has pointed out there are several other things that are not really fair. The name of the product doesn't really represent what it means. I mentioned that, for example, how many of the Dallas Cowboys are from Dallas?
Right. Well, I mean, you could be Texas Pete in North Carolina. It's
exactly
rational.
That's the whole thing. But this is clogging up our courts. So, I mean, was Indiana Jones a Hoosier? Do we know? No. See, this is what's happening here. I mean, you go to KFC, not all of the chickens from Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a jackass. Who's the most famous football player that actually played for the town he grew up in? In the NFL.
Game.
The big story right now, that Padres pitcher that closed out the game last night, he's a San Diego kid, so he was super proud of that.
That's so cool, but really rare.
Well, you got...
that is rare. I'm surprised the NFL teams don't do a better job of at least drafting the college star to the local, you know what I mean?
You got Kenny Pickett out. He went to Pittsburgh, and he grew
That's
up,
a good example.
And he played in the same stadium the Steelers played.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my favorite Cleveland Indian was Vic Davalillo, and boy, was I surprised that he wasn't from Shaker Heights like me. He was from Venezuela.
Were you? He's not like me at all.
The Falcons briefly had Todd Gurley. That was a good match. You get all the Bulldog fans right there in the stadium. It's nice, you know. I like that kind of thing when it happens.
Okay, well,
they tried to do that a little harder in a couple of the other sort of startup leagues. I think that's your only hope in a league like that, really.
To get the locals on the team.
Yeah, I think so.
Where would if you could create an NFL team and the players all had to be from one state? What would be the state that had? In other words, what state right now do you suppose has the most active NFL players?
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're hearing is an NFL pregame show. If Tom ran it,
I think it's Texas and California.
I would think
it's some combination of Texas and California.
Oh, maybe Florida's in there.
Yeah, I was going to say Florida's on the short list. Texas, California. Yeah, the SEC is always good, but those kids are mostly from the South. I don't know.
Okay, well, Kostaki, did I get it right? Your next live gig is the Punchline in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's going to be good to go home. My brother and mom and all my buddies. I love that club. It's kind of where I started. It's really nice to go back to that place. It's actually owned now by an open micer that I started with. He grew up and he's a lawyer full time, and he owns a comedy club now, kind of on the side.
Well, maybe he can do your divorce.
Yeah,
hey, get up and Your Honor, don't give me the light. I've got 7 minutes.
None of us would blame you if you hung up right now.
Nope.
Sure. With friends like these.
Totally get it.
Some things in life.
By the way, this guy's suing the people that make what is it? French onion soup, because it's not from France, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Same prick. Right. Busy.
Hello, I am an onion.
Kostaki, if people want to submit jokes, they go, where is it again?
At All Pro Lines, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Come find us. We're on TikTok as well and YouTube. I'm getting more active. I'm doing a better job of kind of distributing the stuff. And can I get it on a one-liner? This is you'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy this, Tom. This is a reference for a grown-up. As I've always said, Teddy Bridgewater would have been a great nickname for Ted Kennedy. Good night, everybody.
There you go. Young woman died.
You get that? Chappaquiddick. He dove into the murky water once while drunk.
Covered up tragedy plus
See you, Mary Jo.
fire.
Thank you, Kostaki.
Yep.
Okay.
Cried for days.
Yeah.
Brutal.
My fault. I gave him the booze.
Not a problem.
Coming up in the news, we have a happy story about one of the results of Hurricane Ian. There aren't a lot of happy things there, but there's one we have found. Right now, I also want to remind you that Omaha Steak says, hey, those tailgate parties, what would be better than some delicious burgers from Omaha Steaks? Maybe some steaks from Omaha Steaks? Maybe even a delicious lasagna on the side. Josh, tell me more.
Well, as you said, tailgate season is here. Plus, school is, of course, back in session. The kids are running around. You're busy with weeknights being what they are. Consult the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks.
Beg your pardon?
Consult.
Oh, consult.
Yes. They've made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall. Check out omahasteaks.com. You're going to find all of their mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra-juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Tom mentioned that lasagna. My goodness, you throw that in the oven, bake it up, pull it out when it's bubbling and hot.
Yeah, pull it out when it's bubbling and
wonderful. Remember, every steak and every entree is backed by our unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Right now, take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their semi-annual sale. It's on right now with 50% off delicious customer favorites. And when you use promo code BTS at checkout, take an additional $30 off your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter BTS at checkout. Stock up on fall flavor today, especially those jumbo franks that go great with a bowl of chili. Are you kidding me? Don't forget, use promo code BTS at checkout to score an extra $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak, it's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. That's omahasteaks.com, code BTS at checkout. Minimum order may be required.
Thank you very much, Josh. Coming up, maybe a trip to the hardware store before you rob your landlord, because you're going to need mousetraps. What? I'll explain what that means next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader.
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, I've been telling you all morning about the Bob and Tom Show Pigskin Pick'em. Get your picks in for Week 6. Today's Tuesday. Week 6 starts Thursday night, so you want to have your picks in before kickoff of the Thursday night game. Just go to bobandtom.com/contest. If you pick the most winners, you could win a Big Green Egg Mini Max. It's just that simple. And about the Big Green Egg, there's Egg Fest happening all over the country, including this weekend in Little Rock, Arkansas, the 4th annual Townley Pool and Spa Egg Fest. That's Saturday, October 15th. Also on Saturday in Miramar Beach, Florida at the Seascape Resort, the 8th annual Bay Breeze Patio Eggs on the Beach Egg Fest. I like eggs. I like the beach. I like the Big Green Egg. That sounds like where I'd like to be. So if you're heading down to Florida or in your Miramar Beach, Florida area this Saturday, check out the Seascape Resort and the Big Green Egg. It's Egg Fest happening all over. It's a chance for you to see the Big Green Egg in action, taste some of the food. Oh, my gosh, the wings, the brats. Oh, it just cooks it so good. Did I mention the steaks? Oh, the Big Green Egg. Check it out. Our contest, by the way, sponsored by the folks at Big Green Egg. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at your entertainment news. This week's new entertainment releases include albums from the 1975 and Red Hot Chili Peppers, some sort of conclusion to the Michael Myers saga with the arrival of the horror thriller Halloween Ends, and a new TV spinoff from the Supernatural franchise. Booksmart star Caitlin Dever lends her comedic skills to Rosalind. Cheeky twist on the Romeo and Juliet story focused on Romeo's briefly mentioned ex. And High School, the 2019 memoir by indie pop duo and twins Tegan and Sarah Quinn, has been adapted for a new series set in 1990s Canada for the Amazon Freevee service. In other entertainment news this morning, Selena Gomez says she's a little nervous, but also excited to share a different side of herself. Apple TV Plus has released the trailer for the Gomez documentary, My Mind and Me. While it appears on the surface that Gomez has everything, she discusses how she never felt good enough and she never wanted fame. She also revisits her mental health challenges and her treatment for lupus. My Mind and Me comes out November 4th. Stevie Wonder's song, Where Is Our Love Song, will be used as the soundtrack for the CW Network's mental health campaign. Wonder says he hopes his song will breathe love and positivity into all of humanity throughout our world. What a great message. The CW is using it as part of its Dare to Love, Defy Hate initiative. And that's a quick look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it. Now, Rick, you've got your stepdaughter as well. How old is she now? 9?
She's 7.
7.
Is she a dancer?
Mm-hmm. 7 and 10. Oh, will you stop? 7. I can't even have. See, I know. I have 2 girls. It's obvious to me I'm being repaid for years and years of sexist behavior, right? The tables are turned, and now I'm the sweaty, palpitating dad, the kid at the door, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Schrader, here to pick up my, I like your daughter very much. I own a van. Oh, God. It has the Kama Sutra bookmobile with it. Benoit balls hanging off the rearview mirror. I love poontang painted on the side. Oh, great. I guess I got a few years to relax.
Yeah, you got a few.
Yeah, as long as she's still, eating her boogers.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I actually have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
Well, I woke Chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold in the sidekick chair.
Oh, I love
There's
that.
Ace Cosby, maybe the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie.
Maybe you could be the new yes guy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Really quick, there's a new show called Reboot that I watched, and because of you guys, I understood the Paul Lind joke.
Well,
maybe we'll have a Paul Lind joke of the day
that's
coming
so
up.
great.
Oh, you
They're
guys have one you want to
bringing
work on?
Paul
Sure.
Lind back. That's
Okay, but right now when you say joke of the day, I just think of one thing in this great country of ours. Of course, I'm talking about...
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, is with his joke of the day.
Speaking of farts, what do you call a cow fart?
What?
Derriere.
I'm going to take your computer away if you don't stop.
Step up! You feeling froggy? Why don't you jump?
Josh, you'll like this one.
Okay.
Okay.
This needs a little bit of a little bit of a setup.
It's an insult.
There is a the newest edition, I guess, of the Apple Watch and of the iPhone, which I believe is the iPhone 14, has some kind of built-in system in which if there is a crash, it will call 911. And it's really interesting. And the news story this morning was at Kings Island, the amusement park, there were several calls to 911 from people on roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
So there's apparently a way to defeat that. I just got a letter from a guy saying, no, actually, he turned it to airplane mode and it's still called. I'm not sure. But the point is these Apple Watches and phones are amazing. But I jokingly said I would leave mine on at Kings Island so I'd get extra steps.
Mm-hmm.
Because do you think every day where you look at your watch and go how many steps you've taken?
No, I don't. Well, I don't have that watch, and no, I don't.
Okay,
but I know it's a popular thing.
Yeah, you look. Oh, yeah, I got my 10,000 steps in, or whatever it might be. And I jokingly said, "Well, I'll get that."
He doesn't look to check see if he gets his steps in.
Yeah,
I'm at 3,000 already.
It's a feature kickstarting eating disorders across the country. It's really helping.
Okay, having said that, this comes to us from Jeff. He loves to fish, and he's got the new Apple Watch, and his wife has one too. She's got the smartwatch on last weekend. Every time she reeled in her line, apparently the watch was counting it as a step. So last week while fishing, she got 22,000 steps while standing in a boat.
So yeah, every time her wrist went round.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny.
Like a lap.
Wow. Okay, well, there you go.
That's not funny. At best, it's a misunderstanding. At absolute best.
You were Jeff's favorite. Did you know that?
P.S. Why is Chick such a dick? What are the odds that he would put that there? You want to read it yourself? Is it right there in black and white?
I would love to.
Okay.
I have a letter. This might fit in nicely.
Oh,
this says, Dear friends. This must be from a while ago. It says, while listening to Tom's diatribe on why breakdancing should not be allowed in the Olympics,
yes,
he blurted out an amazing T-shirt idea. And y'all, I've actually grown up hearing him say this phrase, and it would be a great T-shirt. It is, they are ruining everything. Maybe quote TG in the corner.
That's pretty good.
You don't have to be inclusive of everything for everything.
I think you do.
You don't have to have baristas in the Olympics making espresso.
I think the goal is to make not to make anyone feel excluded.
No, but and it's an impossible goal that it's not even.
There's things that are sports. And there's nothing wrong with having a dance competition, but it's different than, say, do you think the ancient Greeks did that? Well, it's time to do the breakdancing. This is going to be hard in his ass because they're all naked. But hey.
They did do many of those events naked.
Nice schlong.
I will say, though, if, like, some insurance company did a commercial where guys in togas were taping down cardboard boxes to breakdance, it would be a lot of fun.
Sure. I'm not saying that breakdancing isn't very difficult and very artistic. I'm just saying, come on.
Unnecessary, and especially when you get rid of something like wrestling, one of the original Olympic sports. Yeah. And you have breakdancing. It doesn't make any sense.
Wrestling is so played, man.
I just don't care about what sports are in the Olympics at all. I truly don't care.
See, I can find stuff to be angry about with anything.
Oh, hey, look at this.
Extra.
We've got more or less a wrap-up of last night's Monday Night Football game. We have Chris Jones talking about the roughing the passer. He was the one who tackled Derek Carr last night, braced his fall with his left arm
so he wouldn't hurt
fall
Mr. Carr,
and then scooped up the ball with his right and started running off with the ball, but it was called a roughing the passer penalty. Here's Mr. Jones.
I think now to evolve roughing the passer and protecting the quarterback is essentially what we're doing in this league. We got to be able to look at roughing the passers in the booth. You take a look at the Grady Jarrett situation.
I was going to ask you about that. Did you see that one from yesterday?
Of course. It's all over Twitter. And what type of situation that was in the game. That was a third down stop also. And then when you take that in initiative, if we're able to view it in the booth and the referees can get a second look because it's happening so fast, maybe we can change that, because now it's getting absurd. You know what I'm saying? Now it's causing teams games.
That's it's causing teams games and possibly a playoff
That's brilliant analysis.
I agree.
Dead on.
I don't think that's
and possibly jobs and franchises,
and
bets.
People that gamble in that game are losing their minds.
And of course, Grady Jarrett was the one who tackled Tom Brady on Sunday.
But that's a really well reasoned, especially since it affected him so.
A completely
profoundly.
reasonable suggestion.
And to be so poised in that moment and be able to, he must have been so passionate and furious.
I mean, you can hear it. You can hear that he's But his reason, he is completely sound.
And when you walked in this morning, once again, Chick said off the air, that's the worst call I've ever seen in the history of watching the
Well,
NFL.
he often speaks in
superlative.
Yeah, it's really.
Oh, please don't say that about me again.
I told you not to say that a million times.
Look at his smile.
He's so happy.
How can you hate a guy smiling like that?
Oh, I find a way.
By the way, I'm getting people that agree with me on the fact that the monkeys aren't even trying in the last train to Clarksville video.
I don't believe it's people. I believe it's one person. And I believe it's somebody you know because they have your email address and you just saw it.
Okay, how about this one?
Some other weirdo stuck in the 60s.
How about this one? The guy that filed the lawsuit against Texas Pete's because it wasn't made in Texas, this is the hot sauce, he should have a Tabasco enema for his stupidity.
Yeah.
He deserves the flaming sphincter. By the way, thank you, Doctor. Appreciate that. Very good, very good. We have time for another quick news story. Halsey, what do you got over there?
A new study has found vegetarians are more likely to be depressed than meat eaters. Researchers found that vegetarians experienced around twice as many depressive episodes as meat eaters.
You know why?
Because they can't have a burger?
Yeah. When's the last time you said, I'd feel a lot better if I had anything with bacon on it?
Yeah. And noted that the higher rates of depression among vegetarians are not caused by the nutritional content of their diet.
It's not? So they're not saying that this is some sort of chemical.
Yeah, they're saying,
It's a totally a mood thing.
Yep.
As to why vegetarians might be more depressed than meat eaters, I almost said man eaters, than meat eaters. Side Post writes that it is possible being depressed causes people to be more likely to become vegetarian rather than the other way around.
What? So there's also that issue.
But they're saying that people who think about the source of their meat maybe tend to be depressed anyway.
Right.
I see.
Rather than it's not from a lack of whatever the stuff is that's in meat, protein, whatever, that's causing them to be depressed.
Okay.
I don't know. I tell you what, though, have you ever put on a leather jacket, Halsey, and said, damn, that feels good?
Man, there's nothing worse than walking by the piggies at the fair and saying, you're so cute, I'm going to have a tenderloin.
Yeah. But that's why you don't walk by there. You had the tenderloin, then you walk by and go, whoops, sorry about your uncle.
I do. Oh.
Put on a leather jacket, put on a nice pair of leather shoes.
I say thank you for your service.
Okay,
And
there we go.
Nice.
So, come on. When's the last time you had a big plate of wings in front of you and you didn't smile and go, this looks good. Bird meat. Yeah.
When's the last time you had a plate of wings?
Oh, I occasionally have some wings. I like to.
I'm sure some sort of exotic,
probably swan.
Prepared.
Flamingo wing night. I like organic, free range swan.
Kelly, we're going to the Governor's for Swan Night.
Kelly, you'll never believe this. I went over there for the game hen. They were out, if you could believe that.
Yes, Kelly's really not a plate of wings fish sticks gal.
Oh, so plate of wings and fish sticks, virtually the same thing.
No, but I'm just saying, come on, doesn't that make you happy, though?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice
But
burger.
I don't give vegetarians a hard time. They eat whatever you want.
Yeah. That's fine.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Oh, no, it's much fun making fun of them.
Well, sure, but it's also fun to make fun of, like, barbaric meat eaters in a way.
You mean like the people toting around the big turkey leg at the fair? I mean, as delicious as that is, they should also give the big stein of beer.
Yeah.
It's called wench.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which way is the... Which way are the bumper cars, wench?
Yeah. What are you, Henry VIII? Why do you need to eat that?
Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian T.J. Miller. We have a happy ending story about Hurricane Ian. A lot of terrible stuff with Hurricane Ian, but at least one nice story we've got for you coming up. And incredibly expensive diamond out there. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Chick McGee here from the Bob and Tom Show. I want to tell you about the NFL season coming up. We got together with the folks at Big Green Egg, and each and every week, you're going to have a chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg during the Pigskin Pick'em program on the Bob and Tom Show.
Say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rolling through a Tuesday. It's October 11th. Christy Lee on assignment. That's Jessica Alsman sitting in at the news desk this morning. Thanks to Jessica for getting up and coming in early. She's part of the Bits and Pieces podcast, which you can download for free. It's available for you right now. Just go to bobandtom.com/podcast, and you can get the Bits and Pieces podcast. Willie Griswold on there as well with Jason Hofsetz and Jess Hooker, the cooker. That Josh Arnold podcast where Josh discusses fun topics. You just might learn something. And the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, some extra Bob and Tom weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. bobandtom.com/podcast, some extra content for you. And again, I'll remind you, it is free. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which, by the way, is also free, and you're welcome. It's a Tuesday. That's right. Kostaki Economopoulos already on, and T.J. Miller coming up. T.J. Miller does not have a website.com for more. Here's a look at things you may have missed on a Tuesday morning. Eager to admire colorful foliage, eat sushi, and go shopping, droves of tourists from abroad started arriving in Japan. The government lifted border restrictions Tuesday, which had been in place for more than 2 years to curb the coronavirus pandemic. The daily cap of 50,000 arrivals now gone. Airlines have added flights, visa-free travel back for short-term business and tourism. Travelers expected to deliver a sorely needed $35 billion boost to the world's third largest economy, and the flood of visitors is expected to keep growing. So if you've been waiting to go to Japan, now is your time. New Zealand's government, meanwhile, proposing to tax the greenhouse gases that farm animals make from burping and peeing. As part of a plan to tackle climate change, the government says the farm levy would be a world first, and farmers should be able to recoup the cost by charging more for climate-friendly products. Doesn't sound so great for consumers. Farmers quickly condemned the plan. The Liberal Labor government's proposal Tuesday harks back to similar but unsuccessful proposals made by a previous Labor government in 2003 when it proposed taxing farm animals for their methane emissions. New Zealand. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Think you know your pro football and want to put your knowledge to the test? Then play Pigskin Pick'em every week at bobandtom.com. This is your chance to win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Just pick the winners of this week's pro football games and you could win a Mini Max Big Green Egg. Head to bobandtom.com/contest and play Pigskin Pick'em with the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn. So I don't ever want to see that.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Kostaki Economopoulos. Now, we talked a little bit about your love life. What's happening with it again?
Oh, I've got a girlfriend. She's great. And we're knocking around and having a good time. And
So you have no children.
I have no children. Here's the first sign of me getting old, all right? Here's the first sign of me as an old guy. I give my girlfriend a really good back massage, like 40 minutes. Then it's my turn. I lay down. She just barely starts to rub my back. This is true. And she reaches down and says, "Are you sure you want me to rub your back?" And I said, "Yes." I'm like, what?
True enough.
Oh, my God.
What am I, 100?
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And Tom helped.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. She should be very, very happy. There's Jessica Alsman. She's here at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
You know what, Tom? You and I are fun together. I don't know if we're good together. That's just a little...
Isn't that what you said to your last girlfriend?
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. Yeah, he's nothing but successful relationships over there.
That was so mean.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, it wasn't based
Hi,
on
Willie
any...
Griswold.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm Chick McGee, and here he is, Tom.
Thank you very much. Now we've started a revolution in exercise over here.
What is it?
We were talking about... sure, who is it? We were talking about the fact that the new iPhones, apparently, if you take them on a roller coaster, they call 911 because of the very smart aspect in which they are designed to help in a car crash if people are unconscious. It's a great, great thing. And apparently, by the way... in the world of IndyCar racing, they do have sensors in the helmets, and I'm wondering if pretty soon they'll have something like that in football to help determine and fight off issues involving hard hits. But we did mention the woman who had gone fishing and her Apple Watch, every time she would reel it in, was counting steps. So after standing in a boat all day, she had 22,000 steps. We got this nice letter from Robert. He writes, I had it in the bag of my motorcycle, in the saddlebag, bouncing around. Somehow I picked up 113,000 steps in
Oh, my
one
God.
day.
At that point, does your Apple Watch go, hey, you need to sit? A heart attack. Yeah.
Also, you just broke a land speed running record. My goodness.
Kyle, hi, Kyle. He says he owned a lawn care business. Every time he was on the lawnmower, his watch read it as cycling. So the end of his day, he would post results on social media in cycling pages.
Making people feel terrible. Hurricane Ian, terrible stuff, but there's one happy story, sort of. I think. Is this okay to say it's got a happy ending?
Yeah, a Florida woman's lost wedding ring has been found in a brush pile following Hurricane Ian.
Wow.
Ashley Garner lost her ring outside her Fort Myers home just days before the storm crashed into the coast of Southwest Florida.
She didn't even lose it in the storm. This is her own fault.
But wait, Josh.
It's her own fault.
Calm down, Your Honor.
Good Lord.
Despite enlisting her husband and 3 young children to help search around their yard and garage for 2 days, there was
kids.
no sign of the ring. The family stayed at their home during the storm and went outside to clean up as
Didn't
soon
even
as
evacuate as told to.
And they went outside to clean up as soon as it had passed.
It's the jerk family.
Yeah.
So it is.
I think she lost it on purpose, fishing for an upgrade. Just me talking.
Garner said her husband was clearing trees and brush near
Hoping
their
they fell on him, I'm
garage
sure.
when he found her ring. So the hurricane kind of stirred it up and found it for him. Sounds
This
like.
is not a happy story.
Yeah, it is. No, come on, it's fun.
I said, thank goodness that hurricane came through.
Now they can pawn it for clean water and food while they wait for
There's your humor.
The thing is, he knew what the story was. He had that saved up going, they're going to love this.
Oh, wait till I get to this.
This won't anger or upset anybody.
And he's been promoting it all morning. A happy story.
Wise
about the
men
hurricane.
say.
God.
Only fools brush in.
Though it had the word brush in it. So naturally.
Yeah, he Googled songs that have the word that I would brush.
That didn't make me do I hope there was no effort put in.
Who's your favorite group, Tom Sawyer? Brush, right?
I'm so
All
sorry.
right.
Oh my gosh.
What else is happening in the news over there?
A man is wanted after using a mousetrap to steal checks from an apartment complex drop box in Whitehaven, according to the Memphis Police Department.
Now, this, I hope we're not giving people ideas on how to rob stuff.
No, God, no.
But this is actually pretty cool.
Okay.
Once again, are you in the bizarro world? What's going on?
No, I mean, this is really clever.
Exactly
Innovative.
what happens here.
The man was seen on security video peeping through the latch to see if anything was inside. He then went back to his car, grabbed a mousetrap, and stuck it inside the slot, according to police.
In other words, there's a drop box, at this apartment complex,
Right.
I assume, and people put their rent in it. So he dangles a mousetrap in there on a string, and it snaps the envelope. He pulls them out. He's got all these checks.
What can you do with the checks, though?
Oh, whatever the name of the complex is, whatever it is.
Change it.
Heavenly Gate, and then you see starts a fake. I'm giving people too many ideas.
The man's trap was able to steal 2 checks from the Dropbox, police said. No arrests have been made. Police said the investigation is still ongoing. So, man.
I thought that's pretty clever.
Right there, I'd say, I put my check in there. Yeah, I put my check in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And the copycats tried using decon and didn't work.
Nothing. They couldn't. Hey, we didn't pull back anything.
Isn't that clever, though? Really? I mean, come on.
I mean, yes. Yeah, it is. I just think it's hard to do something with those checks, but I don't know enough about.
Yeah, because you'd have to be the apartment complex, right?
I guess. Or can you sign them over to yourself somehow?
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of bad things going on, but I think you got to give the guy a few points for being clever.
Yeah.
Mousetrap something.
Where could you apply this where cash would be going through something? That'd be awesome.
Tip box.
Yeah, you go to
Starbucks.
What are you getting your shoes shot everywhere? Sure.
Hey, you know why you rob tip boxes? That's where the money is.
Go get your cash box.
I did read something really interesting about these. Have you checked out of? You're paying for something these days, and a lot of them have these sort of, it's like an iPad thing, and you slip your card in it, and then it will say the amount, and then the next screen will say tip amount. It'll say whatever, 15, 20, 25% custom tip. Very common now.
Yeah.
Which is great. Especially for places where you're getting food and stuff where you would typically tip.
Yeah.
This article was about the fact that now that's showing up at a lot of places where you wouldn't tip.
I absolutely.
And in the particular case that this guy was writing about, it was at his veterinarian's office. What? Yeah, like that's weird.
Yeah.
Does it just come with the device, like the Square or Apple Pay?
I guess, but you've seen this, right?
Oh, yeah.
It shows up all the time.
Yeah, but
and I think it's great if you.
I do too for certain places.
For certain places.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'll take this opportunity to lobby for the baristas at Starbucks. The Starbucks app has the worst, most non-usable tip function.
It's never been good.
It never works.
And it doesn't make sense.
And they really should fix that. They've got all the other issues.
And also, you know what else I have a problem with? And I know this has been tackled before, but I would say 70% of the time I tip a barista, as I'm about to tip, they turn their back and they don't see me tip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I make a big show of it.
So I just go, I tip!
What?
I tip too!
I used to. What Josh does, Josh walks up and takes a crisp $2 bill out, rips it in half, hands it to the barista, and goes, "Do a good job. You get the other half."
Can you imagine?
Oh, gosh.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I remember in a movie once I saw this guy. He laid $6 bills down on the table, and the server came up and he goes, "Every mistake you make, I take one of these away." And I told my dad, I was like, I go, "Oh, that's cool." And he goes, "Don't ever do that."
The ripped bill is in a scene from the great movie The Apprenticeship of Duty Kravitz, which I highly recommend.
Please shut up.
Great movie. Richard Dreyfuss, a terrific movie.
Made back in the 30s.
It's a great movie.
Even if it was Lenny Kravitz, it'd be a dated reference.
No, it's a great movie.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz.
There's this, anyone who's seen it, there's a movie within the movie that is, you can't even mention on the radio, but it's hilarious. Right now, I want to talk about, the chick's attitude. Even though we have TJ Miller coming up, Chick would rather be home.
That's right.
With his alarm on, knowing no one can bother him in the compound. Thank you, Simply Safe.
Because I have Simply Safe, the do-it-yourself home security system. You design it yourself, too. You just go to simplysafetom.com. 1, 2, 3, voila, your very own personal security system. Did you know that old school home security companies set you up with outdated technology? They overcharge you for service and lock you into binding multi-year contracts? Not Simply Safe. Au contraire. Simply Safe blankets your home in protection with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door, with high-definition security cameras inside and out, smarter ways to detect motion that only alert you when a threat is real, and even hazard sensors that instantly detect fires, floods, and other threats inside your home. And their monitoring experts use proprietary advanced response technology to visually confirm when a break-in is real, so you can get the highest priority police dispatch. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes, and then install it yourself. It starts with going to simplysafetom.com, and just for that, you claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. Go to simplysafetom.com. Remember, there's no place like Simply Safe.
Thank you, Chick B. Coming up, comedian TJ Miller. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Hey, treat yourself now at bobandtomstore.com. Brand new Bob and Tom hoodies and hooded zips for these cool fall evenings. Oh, check local listings. Our collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat. Still want to get a Bob and Tom Show hat on the head of every trucker as we still roll through trucker appreciation from 10-4, good buddy. Clothing sizes small up to 4XL, even 5XL. If we don't have your size, just check back. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com. We have to keep those employees busy, and they are busy indeed. As the holidays approach, these make great stocking stuffers for the Bob and Tom fan in your life. Hey, did you hear the Bob and Tom Show this morning? Hey, you know what happened on Bob and Tom today? I was hearing Chick McGee talking about Bob and Tom. That guy, that girl, yep. Get them some Bob and Tom merchandise at bobandtomstore.com. Here's a look at your news headlines. South Korea's military says it's capable of detecting and intercepting the variety of missiles that North Korea has launched in a barrage of recent simulated attacks on its rivals. North Korea said Monday that its 2 weeks of firing drills involved nuclear-capable ballistic missiles, warplanes, and other assets to practice possible attacks on South Korean and U.S. targets. South Korean's defense ministry said Tuesday its missile defense system is capable of detecting and intercepting those weapon systems that Pyongyang says it mobilized in the drills. Some observers have said a portion of the North's newly developed weapons may overcome South Korea and U.S. missile defenses. Well, the country of Japan has reopened. The daily cap of 50,000 arrivals is gone. Airlines have added flights, visa-free travel back for short-term business and tourism. Travelers expected to deliver a sorely needed $35 billion boost to the world's third largest economy, and the flood of visitors expected to keep growing. Japan now open for tourism. Former Hurricane Julia has dissipated, but its drenching of Guatemala and El Salvador with rain. Julia is believed to have directly or indirectly caused the deaths of 28 people. It's now become a tropical storm. 14 died in Guatemala, 4 in Honduras, and 1 in Nicaragua. The seafood industry in Southwest Florida racing against time, the elements to save what's left of both a major shrimping fleet and the lifestyle battered by Hurricane Ian. The ferocious wind and powerful storm surge from Ian threw a couple dozen shrimp boats atop wharves in Holmes Old Harbor at Fort Myers Beach. Such vessels don't fare well out of the water, so workers trying to get the boats back in the water and resume fishing with the few that are left. Fleet manager Jesse Clapman says the industry already operates on tight profit margin and needs more help. That's a look at things in the news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
Right,
favorite
my
band?
favorite movie.
Road-
Man,
is it
no
Roadhouse, did
movie.
we say?
Not Roadhouse.
Okay,
That's
not
the movie
Roadhouse.
that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my God.
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
not.
I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you. How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say
the hell.
Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ace is a master of the joke.
Oh, Lord.
And I thought perhaps a little school in the art of telling a joke.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
The guy who stole my diary, he just died.
Oh, boy.
Now my thoughts are with his family.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I like it.
That was good.
What the hell are you all laughing at?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Life's too short to hang out with a bunch of ass bags.
That's the one. I love that song.
And we're way too young to waste precious time with dickweed. And you'll know one when you see one, 'cause he'll look a lot like me. Life's too short. Dun, dun, dun. Life's just way too blank and short. Life's too short to hang out with a bunch of ass bags.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Olsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hi, Chick.
Hey, how you doing? There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We're going to be hooking up, I think, in a matter of moments with comedian T.J. Miller. I'm a big fan. We'll find out what the latest is. I know he's got a special tour that is up and running right now, doing live stand-up. He's also a very fine actor. He's been in some great movies, including his voice in the Emoji Movie.
Oh, your kids love that, don't they?
Yeah, they love that movie. And he did a thing with Steven Spielberg. Last time he was in the studio, he was talking about this, and it was, am I getting that right? Was it Cheetos? Was that, the Steven Spielberg Cheetos connection?
Yeah, and he and Steven Spielberg shared some Cheetos on set one day. Had a nice moment.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Do you have to get your hands washed after that? Does Spielberg have a hand-washing guy that walks over with something? We'll talk with TJ momentarily. In the meantime, we'll go back over to Jessica Alsman at the Bob and Tom News Desk. What have you got?
1 in 5 millennials say they have gone into debt from dating. Willie, you might have to chime in here. According to a survey from Lending Tree, respondents spent an average of $91 on a night out.
Yeah.
22% of millennials and 19% of Gen Zers said dating is driving them into debt. So Lending Tree Chief Credit Analysis Matt Schultz said everything is getting more expensive. It's not just the new clothes, roses, rideshare, fancy dinner, concerts, or the after-show coffee. It's all of it.
Okay.
Which I forgot about ride shares because I don't really date anymore. So I don't know. I guess we just drove everywhere and...
Yeah, the Uber will get you. If you're, Uber into a first date or whatever, $20 to get there, 40 for food, 20 for drinks, Uber on the way back. Is she coming with you? Are you splitting the Uber? Who knows?
Man.
Are your parents paying for the dry cleanings that you're living in their basement? These are all.
Millennials are pushing 40 now. And
Yeah, they sure are.
Over 40, yeah.
But it's cool to go on a less expensive date.
Yeah, there are plenty of things you can do for $20. Get a coffee, walk around a sculpture park.
That's right.
You're not going to get laid, but
maybe in the sculpture park.
Doesn't that sound amazing? Coffee in a sculpture park?
I had many a last date there.
What has been, let's go back, let's just say in the last 6 months, have you gone on a date?
Yeah.
Do you mind, I don't need any information relative to intimacy, et cetera, but where did you go?
Concert?
A concert.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Dinner and a concert. What else?
What was the artist?
Oh, yeah.
Which artist was it?
Paul Cawthon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. And then what'd you give her? Yeah.
And we went on the bus. So I got to
gave
show
her
off
the bus.
Wait a second, you need to clarify. You went on Mr. Cawthon's bus.
Yeah.
You didn't take a bus to the concert.
That is a good clarification.
Hey, we're taking the red line.
No, so that was a flex. Getting back on the bus.
See, that's cool.
Hanging out with Paul and the band.
Did you get that, Tom? A flex? No, you didn't.
No, I understand.
You understood what he meant?
Contextually, that must mean that's a showy-offing thing. Like
showy-offing thing.
That helped her think, oh, wow, this guy, Josh, is fairly important. Right?
Yeah.
Flex. This guy's more than what I
mean,
see.
that's not why I wanted to hang out with the guys.
That guy is more than what I see here. That's what he just said.
Oh, this guy might actually be worth something.
Maybe he can get me backstage to someone I want to make out with.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that what
she left with the drummer, but still, it was, I showed her, hey, I can get on the bus.
She said thank you.
So this survey, they're complaining about the cost of dating. It's always been expensive.
Yeah. It reminds me of that Mike Birbiglia joke. I wanted to show my girlfriend how much money I can put on my credit card. I definitely did that a little bit beginning of certain relationships. You want to look cool, show off.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, is there a way to casually drop your credit rating?
Not mine, maybe yours.
I think you could say, oh, I just got approved for a brand new blank because my credit score went up to blah, blah, blah.
Oh, then you'd go, what a jerk. Don't you think?
Yes.
You have to be cute about it.
That's
And how does that? I don't even know how this credit rating stuff works. Don't you automatically get a couple hundred points just for signing up?
I think Chick was saying 250 or 3 for signing up,
Okay.
right?
All right. Well, good to know. I wouldn't be dropping that if I.
Isn't there a commercial running around where the guy's looking at his bank balance out, and the woman goes, "Oh, you think I'm going to be impressed with your bank balance?" He goes, "Yeah."
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I forget what the product's for, so obviously it doesn't work very well, but yeah.
Yeah, but take her out for pizza.
There you go.
Seriously.
That's a date idea from... what would be an ideal date for you, Tom? Taking her out for pizza?
Whatever. I mean, it
You
doesn't
look
have to be
lovely
a
tonight,
fancy schmancy.
Want to hit
dinner.
up CC's?
I don't want to say anything, but I could be springing for the entire buffet.
Yeah.
There was
Sometimes I don't just get one.
7 more payments. That pizza's mine.
That's right.
No, I mean, I don't think you have to go do something really expensive.
You don't.
I do like that. Pizza parlor, maybe find an arcade, something cheap.
Arcade is a great date.
There's a place where it's like, what, $15 an hour? You can play all these old school arcade machines now.
Arcade? What am I, 13?
It's fun.
So fun.
Chuck E. Cheese.
I take my lady to the sports book at the casino.
There
I
you
lose
go.
$100 betting on the Colts. I yell and I cry.
There you
And I
go.
go, why can't they just win for once?
Damn
the ladies, they love it. They have a good time hanging out with me.
Bowling
They
is
can comfort you.
Bowling is fun.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
bowling.
bowling-
I get very competitive in bowling, though, so it's kind of like Donnie hates bowling with me.
Oh,
So if we do date night, I yell at him, I'm like, why are you trying to get all these gutters? And he's like, I'm not trying to get gutters.
Plus, he's confused. He's like, oh, she'll handle those balls.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the joke, but I'm going to give you just the sort of the side stuff. That machine that the ball comes out of. You know where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the old, landing airplanes in the Grand Canyon scenario.
He has no complaints.
Okay.
I bet he doesn't.
I'm sure. I'm just saying, he could counter with that.
Right.
Indeed.
Do you always beat him? I mean,
Oh,
at bowling, not, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm not talking about.
It's all the old softball pitching arm. But no, I will beat him whenever he misbehaves also.
Okay.
Oh, good.
to know.
Let him know.
Let's get back to the news desk. What else is going on?
A pink diamond has set a new world record. You might have not needed this, chick. For the highest price per carat for a diamond sold at auction. So the 11.15 carat Williamson Pink Star diamond, auctioned by Sotheby's Hong Kong's, sold for $49.9 million.
Wow.
The Williamson Pink Star is the second largest pink diamond to appear at auction. Pink diamonds are among the rarest and most valuable of the colored diamonds.
Pink.
11.15 carats.
It looks fake.
Is that a lot?
I bet it looks like
Like
the Pink Panther. Remember, that was the diamond.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Well, the pink diamond sounds like the easiest slope at a ski hill. Yeah, I did the double black diamond. What were you doing? I did the pink diamond. It's essentially flat.
I had to walk.
So how much was it? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
$49.9 million.
So that's some guy's 3 months' salary? Isn't that the formula?
Yeah.
That guy's loaded.
It's a 13 mil a month.
Boy.
Who bought it? Scrooge McDuck? What do you... it seems a little steep.
The pink diamonds are actually... Pink diamonds are twice as valuable as stink diamonds. It's a 2-for-1 ratio on how much they're valued at.
Stink diamond.
Yes, 2 for the pink, 1 for the stink. Yeah, that's
Okay.
sort of
It did need a little bit of...
it needed a little bit of joke algebra there.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, I like that idea. Joke algebra. What else is happening at the news desk now?
An arts venue in Glasgow is allegedly being powered by the heat generated by people dancing.
BS. I call BS. I don't believe this.
I
for
call
a
BO.
Second. No way.
The BBC reports that the body heat from people on the dance floor at the venue, known as SWG3, is piped via a carrier fluid to 520-foot boreholes that charge like a thermal battery. The energy then travels back to heat pumps, where it is converted to a suitable temperature and
Heat pump
emitted
schmeat.
back into the venue. SWG3's owners said this form of renewable energy will enable them to completely disconnect the venue's gas boilers and reduce its carbon emissions by about 77 tons per year.
Isn't SWG3 one of Elon Musk's kids?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I thought he was quarterback for the Ravens 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way this works.
You know who that really was.
This is fake. There's no way.
I mean, I don't think it's. I think it's more complicated than just the heat from the dancers. Clearly, it's going through a lot to become energy.
There is no. This is so fake. Look, build some nuclear plants, get it over with, we'll be fine. This is not. Well, we're heated by the moisture of the dancers. Bull crap.
Yeah.
Did you try that one?
This is Peter Pan looking to the camera saying, hey, to save Tinkerbell's life, we need you all to clap out there.
I believe.
Even in the footloose dancers aren't going to generate enough heat. You're also right, it would be terrible BO.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So gross.
Phew. Sure is warm in here. Oh, wow.
So what happens before then? Or I guess the heat. Never mind.
There's no way this is
dancing all the time. Keep the heat on.
This is some.
I feel the heat on the dance floor. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah?
Things get hot.
I've seen you dance.
Oh, man.
You could probably. I bet your dance would light up a small light bulb.
Yes.
But I don't think even the best dancer, they're not going to be able to. I don't know.
Yeah. Weird.
Wasn't there a gym where all the bikes were hooked up and it was the power for the light? But it was remember this?
Some Eastern Bloc.
Well, I can almost see now. Yes, keep pedaling, Hans. No, this is just propaganda from a bunch of phony
Why do you think this is propaganda?
Because there's no way that you could heat a building by having
just science that you don't understand.
No, it's science that doesn't work.
What dance
Elton John said it best, didn't he? All the science I don't understand.
Okay.
Oh.
I
just
understand,
my job.
I understand nuclear power. It works just fine.
I just don't know what dance move generates the most heat with the least amount of effort.
Depends what kind of heat you're talking about.
I mean, grinding would be friction, and that creates heat, as we all know.
Oh, maybe that's.
But isn't it about hitting the floor? Wouldn't you want like an Irish jig, like one of those step dances?
That has to create a lot of heat. Or those guys doing that weird Russian leg kick, arms crossed.
Sorry, we don't allow slow dancing. It kills the power.
We must lambada.
Do the horror, something with lots of kicking.
Maybe they do the Freddy.
What's it called? The horror?
Oh, yeah.
The horror. You know what I mean.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah. The horror. That involves taking off
The
your
horror was
clothes.
the dance they did at the end of Apocalypse Now, isn't it?
The horror.
What dance would you like to do, Marlon?
That's the horror.
Oh, like we didn't know that. You hear him? He's trying to correct us.
An ending just as bad as the TV show Lost.
Well, it's the original ending of Hearts of Darkness.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that was
no
so
easy.
pretentious trying to copy that.
It's no easy ride.
Let's start right there with how pretentious that
Fine
was.
Conrad.
It's no
interpretation.
apprenticeship of Duty Kravitz or
That's a
whatever
much
the hell
better
it is.
movie,
Oh,
to be honest with you.
See the ending of The Happening? I still don't understand what was happening, and no one had to clarify what was happening. It ticks me off. What
That
was
movie's
happening?
not even worth. Yeah, it's
I'm
awful.
mad I watched it.
You know who the bad guy is in The Happening, Tom? The Wind. It's garbage.
I would have left.
Yes.
I was waiting for a payoff.
Yeah, no, nothing. There's no payoff to you even mentioning it.
No, I'm sorry. What's next over there?
Participation points. President Alexander Lukashenko of Belarus gave Vladimir Putin an unusual gift for his 70th birthday.
Cyanide pill, I hope.
As the leaders of several ex-Soviet nations met at the Constantine Palace in St. Petersburg, Lukashenko presented Putin with a gift certificate for a tractor.
A gift certificate? Wait a minute, this guy's going to get his head cut off.
What I really wanted was an effective army.
Tractors have been the pride of Belarusian industry since Soviet times. Lukashenko told reporters he used a model in his garden similar to the one he gifted Putin.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Happy birthday.
You're dead. Gift card?
Take shirtless photo on tractor.
You should see my turnips. They're huge.
Actually, if you were watching the news this weekend after that bridge that got blown up, they should have given Putin a couple of boats.
Putin did not mention the gift in televised remarks at the start of the meeting when he talked about the need to discuss ways of settling conflicts between ex-Soviet nations.
Oh, yes. Let's go to Putin to see, find out how to solve conflicts.
Hey, what if he's probably going, I don't need tractor, I re-gift. What do you mean it says to Vladimir happy birthday on the side? Paint over it. What a jackass.
Think of everything?
Please die soon. Won't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. A high school homecoming dance in California has been canceled after bats were found in the school gym.
Bats?
KMAX.
News about bats.
Oh, it's like the Mac to the Mac.
K-Max, yeah, there would have to be something like
News to the Mac.
KMAX. Come on, do a little thinking here.
Tiny bit of effort.
Nothing?
Reports that the critters were discovered in the Davis Senior High School's North Gym, leading the district to postpone the school's upcoming dance. Mr. Corky Kirk. Is this correct? Mr. Corky Quirk?
Corky Quirk. Who is he?
Of Northern California
It
Bats.
sounds like a Christopher Guest character.
Hey, I'm Corky Quirk.
Corky Quirk. I used to pick all my wife's clothes.
I'm sorry, so he works for a company called Northern California Bats?
Yes. Says that they suspect the school is dealing with Mexican-free tailed bats.
I'm telling you, these Mexican bats come in here and they just take
The American Bats job.
It's really getting out of control. Build the net. Build the net.
So, okay, this guy, I'm looking at this article now. This guy's name is Corky Quirk. Quirk. That's his real last name.
And he's not a cartoon
Corky
character?
Quirk.
Mr.
No.
Corky Quirk.
He's an expert on bats.
Sure he is.
Well, I mean, you can see why they don't want to cancel the homecoming dance if there are bats up there. I mean,
sure.
Yeah.
You don't want to come home from your homecoming with a rabies hickey.
Hey, what's that hickey on here? No, I was bitten by a bat.
It's the only high school with a belfry.
By the way, do we
What the
have
hell is
any,
a belfry anymore?
Do we have any tomato juice?
Honestly, what is a belfry? Is that where a bell goes?
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
the
the
big
bell
tower
is.
deal
Yeah.
that.
I don't think I've ever used the word belfry.
Except for bats in the belfry.
But I don't even know what
Tippy top.
a belfry is.
Our church had a ton of bats that lived up in the belfry.
Yeah.
And we had to pay a lot of money to get rid of them. It was always a big deal. Whenever you ring the bell, you're like, don't do that.
By the way, I got a letter from a guy.
Yeah.
About the guy that was complaining that Texas Pete's barbecue sauce wasn't from Texas.
Right.
And what a jackass this guy is for worrying about that. This guy said he's going to sue his church.
Oh.
He goes to the First Baptist Church. He found out it's not the first one.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's lies.
See, they don't understand really the way the name of. Right now, I want to talk about the digital age we live in.
I got a couple numbers for you.
Okay, well, 86?
Maybe.
I want to talk about the digital age. Everyone's staring at their phone all the time. You can buy anything on your phone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, also digital technology is hitting the world of medicine. And in this world right now, Roman has become the digital health clinic for men. Lots of stuff you're thinking about? Well, guys, check out GetRoman.com/BT show. To achieve various healthcare goals, get started by completing a free online visit. You will be connected to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. They'll work with you to find the best treatment plan. If certain medications are appropriate, Roman will ship them to you famously with their free 2-day shipping. Right now, Roman has this special offer for Bob and Tom Show listeners. Generic Viagra, also known as Sildenafil, is just $4 a dose. Generic Viagra, $4 a dose. GetRoman.com/BT show. $4 is less than what you'd pay for a cup of fancy coffee right now. GetRoman.com/BT show. Do it today. That's GetRoman.com/BT show to get generic Viagra, also known as Sildenafil, for just $4 a dose. Thanks to our friends at GetRoman.com/BT show. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. When we come back, we're going to catch up with a little bit of history and a little bit of what we learned on the show. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vince Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
He's a big liar. That's the punchline for one of Rob's jokes. Hey, do you have the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone? You know someone who might like the Bob and Tom Show app? It's available in the iTunes or Google Play Store. Depending on your mobile device, you figure it out. It's free, I can tell you that. Once you download the app, you can listen to your local radio station. You can tune into us on Bob and Tom 24/7. Even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear in the morning as you roll out of your bed and sleepy in your eyes. Oh, it's Josh, the sidekick. Hey, it's a lot of fun, and the Bob and Tom Show app can be heard from anywhere in the world. Going to be going on vacation or a business trip? Well, you don't have to miss the Bob and Tom Show. We're right there on your phone through the Bob and Tom Show app. As a matter of fact, a lot of folks listen to us through the app. Maybe you should get on board. The Bob and Tom Show app, again, free and available in the iTunes and Google Play Store. Download it today, won't you? And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. On the way, a little bit of history from Tom Griswold on this October 11th, and the things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show today, all up next. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdown passes to Travis Kelce, and the Chiefs overcome an early 17-point deficit, along with a dubious roughing the passer penalty, and Kansas City extends the winning streak over the Raiders, a 30-29 win last night for the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. And the Carolina Panthers have fired Coach Matt Rule, ending the former Baylor coach's tenure 5 games into his 3rd losing season. Rule is the first NFL coach to be fired this season. He went 11-27 with Carolina and leaves with roughly $40 million left on the 7-year, $62 million guaranteed contract he signed in 2020. Defensive pass game coordinator and secondary coach Steve Wilks will serve as interim coach for the rest of the season. And Major League Baseball playoffs continue today. Atlanta hosts Philadelphia at 1 o'clock Eastern. And then Seattle visits Houston at 3:30 this afternoon Eastern time. The Yankees host Cleveland, that one at 7:30 tonight. And then out on the West Coast, the Dodgers host the Padres at 9:30 Eastern. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like those dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, if I could just have a few minutes of your time, I'd like to speak with you today about the joys of water sports. Is this Bob and or Tom?
This is Bob. Yeah,
perhaps you already own a boat. However, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to upgrade your boat.
Shut up, Randy. Read the script I wrote. Upgrade boats. I want them to buy one.
I've almost got got him, Donnie. Okay. The badass wave buster, beast on the water.
And tell Chick he looks thinner and he'll buy it.
Get a free tube if you're not a lard queen or like pork.
I ain't even gave my pager number, man.
Donnie, all right, I'm not going to do this anymore, Donnie.
Get back to work, Randy. You screwed it up anyway.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, yeah?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
That's sweet.
Are the stars out tonight? I don't care if it's cloudy or bright, 'cause I'm blind.
Jeez.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom.
Action, I'll tell you more later.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I have had it. There's Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hello.
Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline. Hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Feeling it?
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Had fun today.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Still
too.
having fun.
Yeah.
Couple things. TJ Miller was supposed to be our guest. I'm assuming hungover or in jail. Not available.
Tom's editorial remarks may not reflect reality.
I don't know.
Or that may be absolutely the ironclad truth.
It's early.
TJ's going to be at the Louisville Comedy Club this weekend. I can tell you that much.
So go make reservations and don't show up.
Okay. We have a lot of other things going on, including as of this morning, we have started, is this week 6 of the NFL season? Which means the Bob and Tom Pigskin Pick'em every week, the Big Green Egg Mini Max at stake. Gave away one last week, giving away one this week. You got to get your entry in prior to the beginning of the Thursday Nighter. Is this correct, Alzy?
That is correct.
And they go to bobandtom.com/contest. All you have to do is pick the winners of all the NFL games. Last week's guy got 15 of 16, right?
Yeah, he did really good.
So it's fun, and you get to pick against the Chickster with the shoe-in of the week. So get that done today. Bob and Tom Show/contest. Just pick the winning teams. Don't even have to go against the spread. It's that easy.
And one of our Wisconsin winners will be seeing Josh, Willie, and Pat at the Wisconsin Dells.
The Ho Chunk Casino.
This
How about
Saturday.
that?
Yeah, and ask them about their special Christmas show, the Ho 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 Chunk
Yes.
show.
And how about their Hawaiian theme show?
What's that?
The Don Ho Chunk show?
I hope they're finding this as amusing.
You know, they're having hip hop nights.
Well, actually, it's having cheap prostitute.
Yeah, okay. Just
I thought it was
you
cheap
can work on your own joke there.
Time now for
Uh-oh. What day's today?
Today in History. It's up to you, buddy.
Okay, it's the 11th of October. Oh, this is good.
It's all brand new to him, isn't it?
Okay, I'm going to do
like
this.
a baby.
I'm going to do this. I'll ask this in the form of a question. I will ask the historically illiterate Josh, what president was the first former United States president to fly in an airplane on this date?
Wow. I'm going to say, Roosevelt.
Which one?
Franklin.
Teddy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you were close. I'll give you that.
I thought it was Franklin because, of course, he would have been able to board first.
Now, Franklin was Teddy's...
That is so mean.
Franklin was Teddy's son, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt in 1910, the first former president to fly in an airplane.
Okay, that's cool.
He was on the outside, though.
Knowing Teddy.
Hanging onto a wing.
Yeah!
And back then, now, am I correct in saying that any airplane that the president is on is Air Force One, right? By definition.
Isn't that
And isn't the helicopter Marine One? But of course, that would have been, I guess, Airplane One. I'm not sure. I don't know. 1975 Saturday Night Live premieres with who as the host? Willie.
Al Roker.
It's Carlin, right?
Yeah, George Carlin.
It's Carlin, and then the guy that plays Nothing from Nothing is the musical guest, and I forget who the other musical guest is.
The Nothing from Nothing guy is
Billy Preston?
Billy Preston.
Yeah.
The fifth Beatle.
He was the-
And then Janice Ian as well as the third.
Yeah.
Not a pretty woman.
She's great. Great singer. Let's see.
She has to be.
Time now for...
Oh, one more thing. 1983, the last hand-cranked telephone in the United States went out of service in Bryant Pond, Maine.
How much a hand crank you, I can tell
Isn't
you.
that great? I just like that on the Andy Griffith Show where they crank the phone and Sarah, get me Barney.
Time now for today, things we learned or something. Kansas City Chiefs, 30. Las Vegas Raiders, 29. But we can't talk about it because Ace hasn't seen the game yet.
Can you imagine if they did on ESPN?
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't do the scores. Ace Cosby has to watch the game.
They respected me, yeah.
He demands respect, Tom.
So deluded. Kenny Tarmac is on his way to Alaska. He won a cruise on a reverse raffle, which is, I think, fascinating. We got a request to hear, that's right, fart number 2. That was pretty exciting. But my favorite, I would have to say, is fart number 3. I like
That's really pushing.
And again, we have to verify all fart models are over 18.
This guy's really pressing.
Yeah. Number 3 is the barely legal.
Wait a minute, I'm adding facial looks for the camera. What do you think, huh?
It was very good.
Just a little something for the TV show.
By the way, these are also all backdoor. All backdoor human beings.
All backdoor, yes.
Smells like a butt there, chick.
Let's see. And Kostaki's still upset about all things Tom Brady. I don't know when it will stop.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.